Hey everybody, welcome to TalkRadar 185. This is your host, Michael Raparez. With me in the studio are
Henry Gilbert,
Hollander Cooper,
Christopher Antista, PC Gamer.
special guest.
special guest,
And a work here.
special eternal guest. Well put, sir.
Well, the sound
somebody's
effects
in
work.
charge of the sound effects.
Sound effects work.
How's everyone's week going?
A little crazy.
Yeah, it is a little crazy. We've had the GTA 5
Oh,
reveal,
boy.
which we'll talk about later.
Even without that.
It's the shitstorm of holiday releases are starting.
And we're not even close to the eye of that storm.
No, we're not. That's in a couple weeks, but it begins this week. It began this week.
It begans.
It began it.
Begansdid?
Yeah, it's been rough. It's already getting to the point where I'm like, I think I should probably take off a few days of work just to get further into the games I'm playing. I know that sounds kind of counterintuitive to anyone who doesn't work in the industry, but it's like I don't have time to play any games I want to play right now, and I'm just seeing the stack of games that I want to play growing.
Nobody has time to play games, Cooper. We're working.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're writing about games.
That's what weekends
It doesn't
are
allow
for
time to play games.
No, we actually never play games.
And
we
never.
suck at them, and we hate
we
them.
actually review games by looking at pictures of them while our kids play them.
And depending on the paychecks we get from the company.
By the way, we are Parade Magazine.
Oh, that's true.
I thought it meant
Yeah.
you look at the things on Boxback.
Have that. No, research me
I
look
learned
on
English
box
from
back.
coloring books.
There it is.
That research me look on Boxback.
There it is. Yes.
Classic.
All right.
I saw that guy today.
Unless anyone wants to talk about Kardashians, let's start in
Stop
with the top
it, Hank.
7.
I won't.
Shut it. No.
All right, top 7 this week is top 7 playable ghosts in honor of Halloween.
Yes.
This is the last day of our
Hey.
Halloween.
This is one of the features I helped talk about.
Yeah,
at
you
least.
did help talk about
Hi.
it, and then you abruptly left
Abandoned.
forever, never to return.
Chris became a ghost, huh?
Hey.
Chris is a playable ghost.
Whoops. Missed it. Try it again.
Wanna
Chris is
try
a
again?
playable ghost. Ah, Michael.
Oh, there it goes. There it is.
Hank.
All right, starting off with
No,
the thing.
playable ghost. Playable being...
Playable. I can't actually start talking about it until you hit the cues. So, number 7 is Ghost Babies from The Sims 3.
Yes,
Actually,
it is.
just kind of playable ghosts in general on this one, but babies in particular.
Yeah, the thing that makes it so creepy. Obviously, The Sims has had ghosts for a while because nobody wants to let go of the ones they love, and in video games you don't have to. So sometimes when people die, they come back as ghosts. But Sims 3 let you really control them and let them live their lives as if they weren't
Yeah,
dead.
I think that they'll grow
They age?
as ghosts.
They age, and if you have you can have a baby with somebody, like a ghost can have a baby with a human, and the resulting child is a ghost.
What if a ghost gets kidnapped by an alien and impregnated? Would that... I mean, I'm assuming they're still doing that in The Sims, although it's never actually happened to one of my characters.
I don't think it is.
Well, it used to be a thing in The Sims where, like, if you'd go out and stare through a telescope for too long, there was a chance you'd get abducted by aliens.
Very
and then
low.
you'd come back and, like, male or female, you could be impregnated with an alien fetus.
I didn't
and
know
give
that was a
birth.
thing.
Yeah.
Is this like Bigfoot in San
No.
Andreas?
This is a thing, and you could give birth to a human-alien hybrid. So I'm wondering, like, is there such a thing as a ghost-alien hybrid?
I hope so.
Me too.
And the ghost babies, not only are they, like you said, they age, but they can't be killed by fire or starvation or lack of sleep.
They could swim forever.
And the only way that they could die is, they could die of old age, and then they go to, like, the netherworld, but I think they could also go to their tombstone and ask, like, to go to the netherworld themselves.
Huh.
Interesting.
And to make it even weirder, there's a second way you can have a ghost baby. If you drink a ghost potion while pregnant, your child will be born a ghost. Which kind of sounds like an abortion.
Sort of does.
It sort of does.
It's like the Sims version of stillbirth.
Yeah, it's kind of the most disturbing thing ever.
But you can't kill children in it anyway because, like, if things get bad, right? 'Cause
Social
if things
services
get bad
roll
enough,
on.
yeah, social services.
Well,
But
no,
once they become
you can kill them if you can't kill them through starvation. but you can kill them like with fire, or you used to be able to kill them by yanking the ladder out of a pool, but you can't do that anymore.
Well, I don't know if the babies are allowed to swim.
Oh, that's true too.
But I think that they can die, and even if they can't, once they get to a certain age, they can. But yeah. So number 7 was stillborn babies.
Just put the baby's crib by an oven, have it cook something. Their skill's going to be so low they'll set the house on fire.
That's right.
Great. Yeah.
Babies are fucking terrible cooks, by the way. I don't know if you've ever eaten food that a baby prepares. It's usually boogers, and instead of there being sauces, it's just spit.
I'm gonna ask Andy to cut that off after babies are fucking.
That seems fair.
Does.
Yeah. All right, I'm bored of this now. Let's move on.
Which, number 6?
Number 6.
That's a genuine laugh from Coop. How did that happen? Ninja Turtles 2 fan, are we? Okay.
Margaret, Edwin, and Bryce from Amber Journeys Beyond, and this is obviously
not
a
part of our
Charlie
meeting.
entry.
Charlie just got a raging hard on, by the way, while driving home.
Well, that's what happens instead of his ears burning. The spontaneous erection.
Someone's talking about me. He just
My
looks down.
dick
and
is
says,
burning.
He says it in that voice.
Somebody's talking about
Say!
Why, hello there.
Where's my dick caught in the steering wheel? Wha-bam! Okay, sound effects still work.
Yeah, I think
Thank
you
you,
may be. Well, I guess this is flattering to him, so he's not really going to care.
Yeah.
He likes being flattered.
But yeah, it's
Inflated.
I never actually played this. The two
That
images
makes you and everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 2 images he provided to this game are corpse photos, so that's always
The
good.
second one may be somebody sleeping.
Yeah, maybe.
Or from Night Trap.
These also look higher
Strap
res
down.
than I remember games being back then.
But apparently,
What is this game called?
Amber Journeys Beyond, and
What
apparently,
a waste of a valuable space in a top 7. Who let Charlie do this?
I did. But yeah, it's a decent entry, I'm sure, if you've played the games. But apparently, it's a big spoiler that all the characters are dead.
Charlie.
Although I don't think anyone's ever going to play it to find out.
So it's kind of like Beetlejuice?
Yes.
Well, it's more like another
Sixth
movie I don't want to
Sense.
spoil. But okay, Sixth Sense is one everybody knows.
Yeah.
But yeah, where it's like you
Nicole
don't
Kidman is
realize you're dead until you find out that you're dead and you're solving your own murder.
like in Shutter Island.
Yes.
Fuck you.
That's right,
movie.
Chris. Nicole Kidman is dead in Eyes Wide Shut.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought so.
And Whoopi Goldberg, may she rest in peace.
I should have pulled a better... There was a funnier Nicole Kidman movie to go to that she would have been dead in the whole time.
What's
the
number-
others? Spoiler?
No, that...
Damn it, was that a spoiler for the others?
Maybe.
Damn.
You should have seen the others. by
You'll
now.
just
It's-
have to watch it and find out.
Nope.
The others is one of the best
Oh,
horror
super
films
good. It
ever.
really is.
I know we're out of Halloween time.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
So let's get the rest of the way out of Halloween times by getting through this top 7. Number 5 is Phantom Warrior from Dark or Demon Souls. Mainly Demon Souls, because you're dead the whole time in that anyway.
Yeah.
And yeah, you mean whereas in Dark Souls you're undead and you are simply hollowed when you quote unquote die, and yeah, you become like some sort of lifeless corpse. But you are technically a ghost all the time in Demon Souls, and you can see other players as ghosts, and you can summon them into your world as ghosts.
So it's all about getting souls in those games, which so you're a ghost stealing other ghosts, or maybe even
Yeah, I guess.
enslaving other ghosts?
Yeah, you can enslave other ghosts.
Wow.
And, but it's all about, eventually going back to being human so that you can be killed again.
But some people prefer to play as ghosts because I'm trying
That's
to remember.
true.
It's like you have less health as a human,
No, you have less health as a
Yes,
ghost.
less
Your
health
health
as a
is
ghost.
cut in half.
right? But you can't die again because you're already a ghost.
No, I'm pretty sure you can die.
No, I mean you can't. You don't get that debuff anymore.
Any of these come out on the PC?
No, they came out for real platforms, Chris.
Boom!
Well,
Burn!
I was gonna say those games did not
Oh,
because they were
you-
made by Japanese people.
You deal more damage as a ghost.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is.
Sure.
So if you're
That makes sense. I mean, if I'm wispy and insubstantial, I'm going to do more damage hitting something.
Oh, yeah. But I think it's
and
like-
if I have actual flesh to back that up.
if you're the kind of character that's like built around base at doing damage and you're really good at blocking and dodging and you're not going to take that much damage anyway, being a ghost could be to your benefit.
Maybe. Sure.
Ghost on ghost crime is the most painful.
It really is.
That's true. I mean, we're really kind of ignoring the devastating effects that it has on the ghost community.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Oh boy,
This joke's out of Steam.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for opening that
Steam,
can of worms.
right, Chris?
I was,
PC
I
gaming.
was
Steam,
decided not to
right?
jump on that one. I saw
Download
it.
that new Steam update.
Yes.
Got to restart your Steam client.
I did.
Well, also, Chris, are you excited that?
I think you mean re-Steam his Steam client.
Heyo.
Are you excited that THQ and Warner Brothers and Capcom are now on Origin? Like, no.
No, actually,
don't
I
care
don't need
about
another
Origin.
Steam. Don't really care if EA makes the
Come
lion's
on,
share of
man.
downloadable profits for themselves.
Competition, man.
I know, but Steam's so great.
Origin is fucking terrible.
Well, Origin's a little on the terrible side right now.
No, seriously, trying to play Battlefield on Origin, it's like, hey, you want to launch the game? You mean you want to launch a browser to launch the game?
Yeah,
out
but
of?
once you bookmark the browser's way easier than...
Yeah, but then
Upload, like-
half the time I do that, it's like, hey, you have to download the plugin again? And I'm like, I already downloaded the
I think
plugin.
it's kind of... I don't know. After a while, it became sort of outstanding. The amount of things I can see
You have
and do.
Stockholm syndrome.
No,
You have Stockholm syndrome
While
like
a server
Origin.
is loading, you still have the entire use of your fucking computer. And most of the time, when a game server loads, it takes like 2 minutes.
I just minimize.
This is fun and all, but we should move on.
All right.
Okay.
What number 4?
It's John Raimi from Geist. Who else played Geist?
I watched the E3 trailer.
I watched videos of it.
I actually had a copy that I had not played since buying it years ago, and went back and played the shit out of it over the weekend so that I could write this. And it's actually really great.
It looked cool.
This is famous for being the dog food game, right?
Yeah, it's the game where you hide in a bowl of dog food to scare a dog so that you can then possess the dog.
Right.
And then when you possess the dog, you can get out of its kennel, and you can run down the hall and dodge a couple other guards. And then I think you can possess a guard, or no, you can possess machinery near a guard, scare the guard, and then possess the guard. And the thing is, it's structured as it's nominally a first-person shooter, but the shooting kind of sucks. But everything else about it is really fun.
One of the screenshots you used is like a shooter screenshot, and it looks horrible.
It is weird.
It looks a little conduity.
Well, like you have the character who you're playing as, and you can see them running around in the lower left. But I mean, the thing is, if we're talking about the ghosts themselves, John Raimi isn't really much of a character. Like, he doesn't talk at first. He just gets yelled at a lot. He's like the civilian scientist who goes to investigate this company with a commando unit, and spoiler alert, they all die. And he gets captured and plugged into this machine that separates his soul from his body, and then he's like briefly trained on how to possess a bunny, and then this little ghost girl comes and frees him, and
He goes under a co-write Spider-Man.
kind of, yeah.
Sure. Been waiting to get that in there for like 10 minutes.
It's Raimi, get it? I
Oh,
can't.
I get it now.
right.
Okay.
I'm sure he's named after Sam.
Man, that was a long... Well, I guess, Raimi, before Spider-Man, was famous as the Evil Dead creator, so horror fans, yeah. Who made Geist? Who was the developer?
It was N-Space.
Makers of...
Makers of Jaws Ultimate Predator for the 3DS, which is coming out next week.
I was going to say every Activision 3DS game.
Yeah, that too.
Or DS game as well.
they've
Didn't
done a lot of
Nintendo publish it, though, or something?
work. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
On the Cube, as the kids are calling it.
The Cube?
The Cube.
Nice.
It's like one of the few Nintendo published M-rated games.
It was M-rated? I thought
Yes,
it was.
it was.
What's the point of making a game with a ghost unless you can just be like, hey, it's teen, there's no blood, it's ghosts.
A guy gets his head chomped off by a monster in one of the early seasons.
That sounds really scary.
Stop it!
There are
You're scaring the
there
children.
are monsters in it.
It was one of those rare times where
Why?
Nintendo wanted to prove they were for grown-ups too. So they published an M-rated game. The same deal they did with Eternal Darkness, and also, fun fact, the dirtiest version of BMX XXX was on the GameCube.
Really?
Yes, it
why
was.
was it dirtier?
If you wanted to see nipples,
Yeah,
Which
they were
we
full-on
do.
nipples.
I really think that just got past.
Yeah.
Nintendo just didn't bother digging
Yeah.
that far into
They
the
saw-
unlockable stripper videos.
so
You had to go through so much
You know-
work to
you know,
see
the thing is, like,
20 seconds of strippers.
I don't
like,
care how dirty it was, because the quote-unquote naked girls in that you could make right around topless in a G-string, it's looking at a dressmaker's mannequin with a couple of plastic bags full of water
I
stapled
know.
to the front.
It was hot.
Yeah,
Why
okay.
do people? I don't get that. I just
Yeah,
don't.
it's like completely rigid body surround with these two little blobs. that
All
would
I need is a
jiggle.
spinal cord and tits. That's it. That is it.
Now,
That's all you would get.
That's it.
Then BMX XXX is for you.
Now, Suicide Girls, those are women.
Are they?
Yeah, sure.
Mostly. They were
Some of them.
Got a
Some of
big
them are
old
probably
tattooed
dudes.
ass, right, Hank? High five.
High
Damn.
High five.
Stop it.
But yeah,
My
the
wife.
thing
Stop
is,
it.
Geist isn't a horror game at all. I mean, it's actually kind of overtly silly, and I mean, at one point you even get to slip into a women's locker room and possess the shower heads to scare the women inside.
Is there
And then-
nudity? Partial nudity?
No, there's a girl who's covered in soap, and apparently her name is Bubble Girl, but that's about as close as it gets.
That's pretty close.
Yeah. Well, soapy bubbles over strategic bits.
Okay, we should move on to
Yes.
number. I'm really disappointed.
Why are you
A
disappointed?
couple more I want to see before we run away.
Okay. Number 3 is Poltergeist
Poltergeist.
from Haunting, and you'll never guess this next part, starring Poltergeist.
Can somebody please read the
Oh,
quote from the
my
game that's in
God.
the first image in a ghost voice?
This is small potatoes compared to what those jerks did to me. I mean, just look at me.
Yeah.
I mean, this was very much I'm going to pull some radical tricks on these sleazy sardinis kind of game. I played this a bit, too, recently, as you can tell.
You don't understand how much he gets into these features.
No.
It's like if we do a
Yes,
feature, it's like
yes, we
longest
do.
games, we'd never see him again.
Yep. But
And we're going to tell Michael feature stories. I have a funny one real quick.
Okay, sure.
It was the Sharks feature you were
that was
doing for Shark Week. It was the top 7, I think it was. And I mentioned, well,
a
there's
bunch of features that way.
there's a shark fight in Okami, but it's really far in the game. Look, here's a YouTube video, and you were like, no. I'm playing Okami and capturing my own version of this fight.
I
You did
remember
it.
that.
I
did it.
I lucked out because I found out that Brett had a save file that was left on an office memory card that was like 1 hour before that fight.
Okay, all right. So it's not as crazy as I thought.
No,
It did take the whole day, though.
It kind of did.
Was
But
it
it
worth
was
it?
worth it.
Yeah, it was worth
Yeah.
it. Nobody's looking at that feature. It's awesome.
So, Poltergeist.
Yeah, Poltergeist is, despite
I'm
being
upset.
kind of irritating, was actually a really cool character to play as. He inhabited this sort of Sims-like game that, despite being very early 90s, was fun. Like, it was basically you're going around setting traps for people. Like, you go into a room, and one of the family members is there. They can't see you, but there are all these little glowing things over all their possessions. And so you jump in, and that arms it, and it starts to shake, and so they walk over to it, and it does something, and it scares them. And you just need to set up a few of these scares until they flee the room and eventually the house. And
That's actually really cool.
yeah, it is really cool. The only part of the game that sucks is his energy bar is dropping continuously, and you need to refill it by collecting the ecto that the sardinis drop whenever they get scared and leave a room. And if you run out, then you have to go into this fucking horrible dungeon level where it's filled with just like these fists that pop out of walls and punch you, and then there are ones that come out of the floor that you basically can't avoid.
They punch you in the nuts.
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
The ghost nuts.
Man, that
Guts.
And, yes, the
that
guts.
sounds like the definition of like why 90s games were bad.
Yeah.
I feel like if this was remade, it would be like as an Xbox Live Arcade game without all that bullshit, it would be amazing. With
Well,
your
let's-
avatars.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool, actually. It was released on PSP a couple of years ago as part of the EA Replay package. But
Did that have Mutant League on it as well?
Probably.
It
Should have.
Yeah.
Why is Mutant League gone? They should be bringing that back, not NFL Blitz.
I thought they did bring it back.
No, they did.
I'm
They did
thinking
Blood
Blood
Bowl.
Bowl, yeah.
Blood Bowl.
Blood Bowl.
I remember a review for Blood Bowl. We posted the UK review from a magazine, and they were like, they knocked it really hard because they're like, what a dumb game and its stupid rules. You never get used like. In case you don't know, Blood Bowl's a football game.
Yeah,
American football.
American.
But it's like orcs
American
versus elves
football.
or something.
Yeah.
So their review complains about the football parts.
Well, that the rules of football were far too confusing.
They are confusing, but you don't knock the game because of that.
I might.
Well, we're used to it.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll be sure in my review of
I'm used to not knowing what the
FIFA
fuck's going on in
Street
a football
to be
game.
like, what the fuck, kicking balls around like a bunch of fairies.
Yeah.
Rugby doesn't make any sense.
The most football I ever watched was waiting for Futurama to start.
Yeah.
I can't crack a can of Budweiser and play this.
God,
What's the American
convincing.
equivalent of all this shit? Like, oh, this is a good game to enjoy over a pint. Like, oh, what's the American? Yeah,
American of a pint or a football
I'm not
game?
able to eat my bangers and mash while watching this.
Miller High Life
There you
and something.
no, you're not
cheese
able
on it.
to slam endless hamburgers.
I'm going to drink
Americans eat.
drink a glass of London Fog cologne and
Fish and chips.
Eat a trench coat, also by London Fog.
and
Fish and
fall
chips
asleep
out of
on my
newspaper.
own spotted dick.
Yeah, it was so weird. I was
You should
reading
get
here.
that looked at, Chris.
I was introduced to that.
Sleep
I
soundly
was
with
introduced
spotted
to
dick
Spotted
inside me.
Dick in a Harry Potter book, and it came like I was just like the kids were just eating dinner, one of the dinner scenes, and they're like, now it's time for the Spotted Dick. Everyone, and I was like, what the fuck?
Hermione said, "I haven't had nearly enough butterbeer for this."
Then my friend joked that the Spotted Dick was Ron Weasley's.
Ron Weasley. I'm betting
Because he's ginger with freckles.
Freckled, yeah.
I want to say it's the original
yes.
Richard Harris Dumbledore with all these like fucking old man lesions.
Oh,
Yeah, like that
Liver
and
spots.
the next dessert course
spots.
is pimply cock.
pimply cock. Pimply cock.
I'm just trying to make jokes about gingers.
Should- well, maybe you should think about that next time you start talking about your own Garbage Pail Kids, Dick.
Now, yuck at Garbage Pail Kids. I never like that garbage.
Man,
wrong.
that'd be a great insult. Hey, garbage pail kid's dick.
That'd be a great title for this episode.
You've got a dick
No.
like a garbage
I think
pail
Gary will be
kid.
behind that.
All right, let's move on.
What? What number is it?
Number 2.
Excuse me.
The shit number.
Poop.
Mario Boo.
Yeah.
Explain this one, Henry. Why is he so awesome?
Well, I like
Faster.
it. Well, I liken it to the film Frighteners, one of my favorites, where in case you don't know, Michael J. Fox can
such
see
a great movie.
can see ghosts and works with ghosts, but he needs to become a ghost in one scene, so he becomes clinically dead and is a ghost for about 20 minutes or so. And so Mario also can become clinically dead by picking up a boo mushroom.
What up, Boo?
And he turns into a ghost. He turns into a boo, but with a big hat and mustache. still.
the mustache, by
Does
the
he
way.
leave his body behind?
No, his body just turns into a boo. It's not. He's not really dead. I'm just trying to make it slightly more interesting. But I like when he became a boo because you could go through grates, you could turn invisible, you can make other boos follow you.
But didn't you have a weakness?
You could float on air. Yes, light was your weakness. They
And
did it.
things looking at you?
Yeah, that too.
Did you have to stop when things looked at you?
Kinda, but more so the light was more interesting. Like they just did that to limit where you were. Like you couldn't leave a room as the boo because it was light outside, so you changed back. Or there were swinging lamps that you had to avoid, which was a really cool trick. One of the many like dozens of awesome gameplay mechanics in Mario Galaxy. But
I don't like the ghost theme though. Is
It was
it
an
okay if I
over-
go with Gutsy Galaxy, Hank?
yeah,
Okay.
it was an overdue power up. Like Mario has a lot of great power ups, and I like when he copies villain powers, and so.
Rips off Kirby is what you're saying.
Yes.
No, the boos. Well, I don't.
They even
I
make
can't-
the boos pink. They look like Kirby.
Well, that's when they're blushing. But
Ooh.
Is this one blushing because he's clearly looking at Mario's ass?
Looking at this ghost
he's
colon.
embarrassed.
Like, I just imagine, like, unseen ghost genitalia dangling back there.
I love the boos. They're so cute, and it just putting in just the idea of a gameplay mechanic of just when you look at ghosts and they stop moving, and like that is an enemy to get around that when you're designing it. That's interesting enough. But then to add just the cute idea of like they don't like me, they're very shy and just cover their faces. Like I don't know, it's really it's adorable.
It is adorable.
I do love
This
that.
song sounds so much like a Disney song.
I love it. That's
They're
why I love it so
adorable phantoms of the dead.
One of my
Yes.
favorite shirts you used to have, Michael, was
He
the Boo
he
shirt.
wore it the day this
No,
posted.
I still have it.
Oh, you do? I haven't
wore
seen it in a
earlier
long
this
time.
week. Yeah, it's a pretty awesome shirt. I don't know if the guy at VGCats.com still sells them, but it's a
illegal.
but
it doesn't sound like a licensed Nintendo
it's a
product.
two-sided shirt with a boo on it, and the front side is a boo that's hiding its face, and then on the back it's a boo that's got its arms out and got the big smile like it's going in for the attack.
But and I wrote about that. I only wanted to write that Jason Mask feature almost solely because of the Mario 2
yeah.
that came
What
out on.
a strange.
It's a really
enemy,
strange game
yeah.
because there's still boos in the game, but all the enemies are dead.
It's so scary.
What are the Goomba ghosts?
Yeah, the Goomba ghosts.
have a name. They're like Teriki
There's a
or
Japanese
something?
name. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't
it's not
know
mentioned in
either.
the game, but I did sort of look that up.
But it's like a mishmash of the Japanese names for Goombas and Boos.
Well, Goombas are
Goombas.
Karibas. I know that, but
Oh, what'd you just say to me?
Goombas.
Italian. Get it? Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Pizza smell.
In case you didn't know.
You want to wrap up this Mario discussion with appropriate sound, Hank?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We're going to get number 1. Thank you, Mario Galaxy and the Boo.
Number 1.
Number 1 is Sissel from Ghost Trick.
Come on, you didn't find that irritating, Hank?
Cecil. What?
Sissel.
No, that was good. Carolyn really likes this
No,
game.
I really like this
Yeah,
character. This game is fantastic.
As does the Grim Man.
She's dead.
Isn't it Sessler, though?
No,
Well, Chris,
it's
what
Sissel.
do you like about him?
About
Cecil?
I didn't actually finish the
Sessler.
game.
Sissel.
Shit, guys.
No, Sissel.
What do I like? What happened, Hank?
Why is he a great ghost?
Why is he a great ghost? Because he can.
Because he has
T4.
amazing dress sense.
Because I think there's a lot of games where you play as a ghost, but like he can't do anything as himself. He has to possess every object he can.
Well, that sounds like a couple other games on this.
Go ahead.
What makes
Which
it
one?
more
Yeah.
special than that?
Which one? Which one can you possess?
Poltergeist,
Which one can you
just
possess?
said.
Fucking drawer handles and fan blades,
Probably
and
Geist.
televisions and dogs and dead
Yeah.
things.
No, I
And
mean,
already-
you can do that in Geist and
he-
Poltergeist, but this is a bit better. I think the characters in Ghost Trick are more fully realized.
oh, it's a beautiful
It's-
story,
it's a-
dude.
Yeah, it really is. And I mean, Sissel himself is actually
Sessler.
unlike Poltergeist and Raimi, he's actually a pretty interesting guy. And the thing is that he's learning about himself as you're learning.
Yes,
about him.
exactly. And I don't know everything about him because I've never finished the game.
I haven't either.
And he has, like,
I
Johnny Bravo hair.
I specifically asked Carolyn
Bravo.
to avoid any spoilers while writing about this.
Carolyn, I think she said she cried at the end of this game,
She
and
did.
Brett said it was one of the most moving things.
Yeah, so I'm looking
Brett
forward
said he
to
didn't cry.
finishing it one of these days.
I really should finish it this. We
Brett
gotta
only
finish
cries
it.
at one thing: the ending of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3,
That's true.
We've-
Yes, all the time.
whipped away from feudal Japan.
And the bit in Transformers the movie where the toys die.
Oh, of course. Well, I do feel like I should beat it this year too, just for Game of the Year talkings.
Yeah, we will need to.
By the way,
I don't want to spoil anything about our Game of the Year discussions, Henry. But no.
What?
No,
Wait a
we
minute.
might.
Am I in on this? I was here for over half the year.
But didn't
I
you,
get a say.
didn't you also say that you
League
never,
of Legends.
Didn't you also?
Yes, lol.
Game of the Year.
Didn't you always say you never had time to play any games until you left Games Radar?
Oh yeah, that's beautiful, dude.
Yeah, so it balances out.
Like three hours today. I just played Battlefield 3 with PC Gamer.
oh man, fuck you.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Well,
Stream that
Sessler,
shit.
though.
No.
I was gonna say that maybe we
Missile.
should, if
Oh yeah, Missile.
Missile rules.
Missile and Sissel.
Fucking Pomeranian, like the greatest new game character is
Messler.
in this game.
yeah, and he appears. They put him in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
He's a
Spoilers.
skin for the
Ooh.
Okami dog or something,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
No, he's just a dog that backs up fucking
Phoenix Wright.
Phoenix
isn't it?
Wright.
Yeah.
But only when he's in the Ghost Trick alternate uniform or something like that, right?
Missile's the dog.
I don't know.
Well, Missile. Okay, the Ace
That was
Attorney
him.
Missile is sort of a different missile than the Ghost
Yeah.
Trick missile.
it's a completely different missile.
But Missile it's weird because he's one of the most endearing characters in the game. He's a little yappy Pomeranian, which should automatically make most people hate him. But then, like he dies, he dies trying to defend his mistress, and he's just so earnest and
Yes,
like,
he's trying to cope with his own death. No,
Yeah.
I don't want her to die.
no, I failed. I'm supposed to protect her.
Yeah, but it's just this cute little. I fucking love Missile.
You just describing that to me like hurt my heart.
He's just a lovable little guy.
Oh, Japanese games.
Yeah. I'm gonna play that. I'm totally.
I would play Ghost Trick immediately,
Yep.
and I would also go to break. This ain't my podcast.
Yeah, let's go to break.
All right, we'll go to break. Then what are we going to talk about?
We're going to talk about new releases and some of the big news this week, and then we'll do another break, and then we'll do a third segment.
Woo!
This is Frank Shamrock, undefeated Ultimate Fighting Champion. You're listening to Talk Radar on GamesRadar.com.
Talk radar, bitches.
All of a sudden, I could feel 100% evil come over me.
I'm going to GamesRadar.com, the official website of the internet.
Can you dig it?
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to start off our second segment with something we didn't tell you about at the end of the first segment. It's a mystery surprise.
Right. Here, want me to?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, well, you may or may not know that you see a bunch of... we're having a little sponsor this week on TalkRadar, and that is Sonic Generations.
Oh.
That is right, yes. And
doesn't suck.
yes, it's
my
true.
God.
It is true.
If Towel says it, I'm inclined to believe him.
I've
We
also
gave it an 8 out of 10.
I've played half of it. It is good. But
Wow.
so it's part of the sponsorship is we have a little giveaway on here.
Yay.
At E3, some of us got some limited edition Sonic T-shirts that look pretty cool.
Oh, these are really nice shirts.
Yeah. And so they sent us 12 of them. We're going to be giving away 6 away each week to lucky readers. It's very easy to enter. Just comment on this article, on the TalkRadar article, and put the word Sonic Boom in your comment. That's what's on the. It's a Sonic Boom T-shirt. That's the name.
The noise that happens when you go real fast.
Super horn.
Oh, let's not
Move on.
That's the other noise that happens.
But anyway, yeah. So just Sonic. Just write Sonic Boom in there. We've got 2 shirts each in that we're giving away this week in XL, large, and medium. So,
Giving away 6 this week.
They're nice shirts, too. They're good. They're
they are
good
really
quality.
good shirts.
Tell your friends,
They fit very
decrease your
well.
chances of winning.
Yeah. And then also, we have a cute little mini site, gamesradar.com/Sonic Generations, that on there you can take a little quiz to see if you're a classic Sonic or a modern Sonic.
First question, do you suck? No. Ding, 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 ding.
Next question. Are you 7?
And so ends our
Do you
sponsor.
gotta go faster, faster,
And that
faster,
is-
faster, faster?
That is the Sonic the Hedgehog contest prizorama.
Yeah, that's great.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Good
work.
Pleasant surprise.
Yes.
So, yeah, that leads us neatly into Sonic Generations coming out this week.
Yep.
Yay!
So I took it home this weekend, played it a little bit. I actually finished the second set.
Can I borrow it?
I don't think we're allowed to share outside of Games Radar.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
But sure you could. I'm sure you'd bring it back very soon. But anyway, yeah, I got through. So if you want to look at it by the numbers, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of worlds in it. There's 9 worlds with 2 acts each, and then boss fights in it as well. Like there's maybe technically 25 levels, but
Challenge rules.
yeah, there's the challenges, which some suck and some are good, but you're forced to beat one challenge. You're forced to beat 3 challenges to do a boss fight for each of the 3 acts, which I'm not a fan of. But as I said before, like the classic levels are great. Like they really capture classic Sonic. I wish there were more Genesis levels than 3, but oh well. And then the modern Sonic levels have reached new heights of playability.
Wow.
And that they can be played most of the time. Then again, I've never been that big into modern Sonic, so I don't know all the rules.
Nope.
But, so there were a couple times where I just fell off because I didn't do a lock-on attack within 1 second, and then I just fell off a stage. Or the camera's like, well, we didn't expect you to want to walk over there. Why would you do that? You gotta go forward. Keep fucking going. That was annoying.
So do they not hide shit in those weird nooks and crannies?
They
that you
sorta do.
Might want to wander into.
To be honest, my Achilles heel as a Sonic player is that I'm not adventurous in it. Like I don't like to explore the levels because they go by so fast. Like the levels just tell my mind hold right and keep going forward. Like
That's
I don't
how I've
think-
always played Sonic games.
Yeah, I like
Until you hit a wall and you fall.
I like exploring.
Yeah, then you start to jump or go underground or whatever.
Well, I think it's also I like exploring in Mario games quite a lot, but you're moving at a certain pace that allows for exploration a lot more. When really, you have the smallest fraction of a second to notice that there is a higher level you could jump to if you time it perfectly, and then you'll get to the Chaos Ring, which is, not what I enjoy. But it's also that's why they make those levels to be replayed dozens of times,
Giving you grades and whatnot. And
Yeah.
stats out the ass.
And Towel, our resident Sonic fan, loved it, gave it an 8, and he said it's Many people are saying it's the best Sonic in a
I
while.
really wanted to hear if he likes
Yeah.
it. Like he's a very classically skewed Sonic fan, and the fact that over 50% of this game is not classic Sonic.
Yeah. Well, and then that also the Genesis remakes are just 3 levels, and the other 6, it's 3 for Genesis, 3 for Dreamcast, and 3 for modern Sonic, which is
Sonic Skateboard.
they just give as much time to modern Sonic as Genesis Sonic is crazy.
You think that's crazy?
It is. To
Well,
me.
here's the thing. I'm coming from the perspective of a fan of the Sonic series. My main question, and the question I'm guessing of most fans, how good is the story, and how many anime girls are in it? That's the deciding factor.
How
And
many
Shadow.
anime girls does Sonic kiss?
And Shadow, how big of a role does he play? I need to know more about his.
How many guns does he have, Henry?
I can answer these questions. So, Sonic's. It was again another bait and switch where Sonic's shitty friends are definitely in it and are central to the story. Like, the reason you run through stages is to free them from their state of suspended animation. And when you free them, they actually say really creepy things about, like, I felt like I was dead, floating in nothingness. So glad to be back. Like, I was like, that's creepy, Tails.
Can you make a moral decision to not free them and like then they get shoved into a meat grinder?
If only, but no.
You get to them and just tap your foot and then run away. And it's like, sorry, Tails, you stay dead forever.
Yep.
But it was just, as you kept freeing him, like, you free Tails first. You're like, Tails, okay, you're cool. And then you free...
Is it baby Tails or girl Tails?
It's all the modern characters, because those are the real ones. Classic Sonic is treated as like another universe almost, and he has
The one I want to go to.
He has Tails in it, but yeah, because when current real Sonic goes through the classic stages, he thinks these seem oddly familiar, but he doesn't say, I remember doing these. So, and then when he meets Classic Sonic is also silent the whole time.
Wait a minute,
He never
Green Hill
talks.
Zone. I've done this 700,000 times.
The Classic Sonic never talks. He just pantomimes, which is also leads to some really weird cutscenes, because when you reanimate a friend, you can do it. You can beat the acts in whatever order you want. You can do Act 1 first and then Act 2. But whatever your second act is, that's the Sonic that frees the friend. But because it could be either Sonic in the cutscene, they don't talk. So modern Sonic just kind of just nods his head and gives a thumbs up, even though he can't shut up during other cutscenes. But yeah, so first you free Tails, you're like, okay, and then it's Knuckles, and he's like, I barely needed your help, Sonic. I was like, okay, Knuckles, all right.
Watch your own.
And then it's Amy, and I'm like, ugh.
It's
Amy,
literally like they
okay.
went through the, like, okay, what's going to
Yeah.
disgust people the least? All right, first
And then
Tails.
then you go to Amy, and then Amy is followed by Cream the Rabbit, and then I'm like,
Where it falls apart.
Oh boy, Cream the Rabbit, this is not getting good. So
Cream her rabbit.
yeah, and she has a chow named Cheese, Cream and Cheese. That's
Of course
right.
she does.
So anyway,
from Sonic Rush.
So yeah, there's Sonic Stupid
Love
Friends,
Sonic Rush.
and then
So
there's
good.
also the Rivals battles. There's 3 of those, which start out really cool by racing Metal Sonic, and it's a really fun level. Then there's the Shadow level, which is a modern Sonic style level, which is actually pretty fun. It's just a race against Shadow, and Shadow doesn't pull out any guns, but he does show up, and he's got a lot of tude. And then there's
is Silver in there.
then the last rival race is with Silver, the Space Hedgehog.
Do they play the Sonic R theme song?
I actually haven't gotten to that
Did
one.
they play that song, Gotta Go Faster?
Oh, actually, no. The Sonic. Oh, I do want to say the music in it is amazing. Like they have remixes and re-recordings of classic Sonic music.
Sonic
Like
Tails.
yes, of classic Sonic music. It's really the music is one of the real highlights of it, and it is a really good looking game. Like I will say that I think it is cheating to say, like, oh, this is the best Sonic game in forever, because they got to remake and remix stages. This isn't original content.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, they got to
it's
re-envision
sort of.
content that
Yeah.
didn't work. Hold on. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Nope.
Just a little bit.
There you go.
But yeah, if you ever like Sonic, this is a good Sonic game, even though you have to hear forever their stupid. You always hear their stupid voice acting, and also they have implied that this is the last time you'll see classic Sonic. Like they don't have plans for him after this.
Does he die?
No, but I'm guessing they just
Spoilers.
go back to their own universes or whatever.
Now,
Had to go back to his home planet.
So
Go back to
there's a
Xbox
universe
Live.
of new Sonic and a universe of old Sonic. Does the universe of new Sonic like all wear evil mustaches? Like that's the dark version that nobody wants to go to.
The evil universe will be based on all PC versions of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Do new and old Sonics ever interact?
Oh yeah, they hang out
Space-time
together.
continuum.
They even do like that pantomime mirror thing when they first see each other. Like, but Sonic,
No,
they
don't
can't
really
even
look that much alike.
they can't
Fuck
even
the
say
music,
stuff
they do
to
it.
each other because they just like classic Sonic just nods, which is also kind of weird because classic Tails does show up and he does talk. Classic Tails talks to regular Tails. I'm like, well, so wait,
That's impossible!
yeah, if you're going to say classic Sonic can't talk because he never talked in Genesis games, why does Tails get to talk?
Sega is fucking with our suspension of disbelief.
Speaking of fucking, is there like clear sexual tension between the doppelgangers? Like, do you get the sense that they really want to fuck themselves?
Man, that would be they could split a chili dog. That's for sure.
I'm sure.
This is all the Japanese Sonic soundboard that I've loaded up. I apologize.
Oh, they also.
Oh, don't you dare apologize for
I
that.
didn't know they had incorporated chili dog so much into real Sonic outside of the Archie comic. Like it starts. It starts at
TV shows.
I
too.
love
I'm
that
like,
show.
Where does that come from?
It starts. The game starts at Sonic's birthday party, and they're like, "Happy birthday!" And modern Sonic's birthday party, and like, "Happy birthday, Sonic!" And then Tails gives him a very Freudian gift of a chili dog with a bow wrapped on it.
With a bit of mayonnaise dripping off the end.
And Sonic's like, "Oh
Hands it to him
boy,
between his legs."
this is the greatest gift!" And he just takes a bite of the chili dog, and that's when the evil strikes and kidnaps all his friends.
Of course, because he was going to give it a sensuous blowjob.
Yes.
It's party time!
So
This is all
anyway,
Japanese Sonic.
that's Sonic, and I honestly do.
Chris, all right?
Who's talking to you?
Yeah.
What? It's very creepy.
Sponsor or no, I do feel like it's a good Sonic game, which is a
that is
Mario
really-
fanboy is hard to say.
That is heartening to know because it's like, well, finally they've gotten it right after how many years?
They've gotten
10,
it right, and then they're
15?
saying they're abandoning old Sonic.
12.
Will they get it wrong again after this? Who knows?
Maybe, but at least we had this moment.
Has the Sonic cycle been broken?
We'll see. We'll see.
It's at least been like grown.
Let's just enjoy what we have now.
No, they're prolonging death, and I think that's always.
Or do you think the Sonic cycle is now just made even more complicated because one in like 30 times they're going to get it right?
It didn't sidestep it; it renewed it. So
Yes.
now people will fall for it again.
And again and again.
All right.
You're lucky I couldn't load up this
Exception
Amy
proves everyone.
soundboard.
Let's hope. So anyway, bleh.
All right. What
also out
happens
this
next?
week is Lord of the Rings: War in the North,
Lord of the Rings, War in the North.
which comes with a giant quiver full of arrows. Apparently,
If you buy the special edition, it does.
Right, like a real quiver full of arrows.
well, it's a real quiver. I don't know if they're real arrows in there.
They are very sharp. Now, I have no idea. I didn't get the quiver version.
Why does Quiver strike me as the name of a Harry Potter professor? Who am I thinking?
Quivin, isn't it?
Quirrell.
Quirrell.
Quirrell,
yeah.
You got it, Michael.
Homophobic.
He was the villain in the first book.
Whoa,
spoilers.
Spoiler cast.
Fucking dick.
I'm sorry.
God. I was just going to go fucking home and play the first Harry Potter game, and you ruined it for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna collect so many chocolate frogs
Yes.
and every flavor beans. Holy shit! Let's
Harry
talk
Potter
about
and the
something
Lego
else.
Sword.
Lord of
Let's
the
talk about
Rings,
something
War
less
in the North.
nerdy, like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
War in the North takes place in the North
Oh, I
during
wouldn't have gotten
winter coming?
during the war.
The War of the Ring.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, sort of. It's actually the war that's going on in the North. You are playing.
No way.
Did you actually play this game?
Of course, there's rings in it, and you're the lord of them. No,
okay.
This game
sounds
doesn't
like
actually. You don't actually play as any of the characters from the movies or books.
Yay! Lord of the
good.
Rings Destiny.
You play. Sort of. You play as one of 3 characters that kind of roll together to defeat a different enemy. That
How
wasn't
many of their
mentioned.
names ends with if or off?
None.
No.
I don't remember.
Or
But I don't
gone.
think any of them do. You play as either a dwarven champion who is Gimli.
Sorry, I'm closing the board. The Sonic soundboard is closed.
Question. I have a question for you about the soundboard. Why does the close button make it sound like you're hurting it?
I bet he does.
The Amy soundboard is open, though. I have to warn you.
All right, so anyway,
Dwarven Champion, Elven Lore Master, not Elven
so
Ranger.
How many of them are there?
He knows about stories. I'm
Yes.
guessing that's what his title is.
No, it's a female, and Lore Master is their version of a wizard.
I see.
And a
Why can't they just call them wizards?
human ranger because she's not a wizard. Because I'm going to geek out of books I've never read. I've just heard people talk about it. I think the wizards are more like a finite group. Like there's the gray wizard, the white wizard. It's not like anyone can just pick up a staff and be a wizard. Lore masters are their own separate thing.
you're a wizard, Harry.
Yes. But you play as one of them, and they all travel together anyway, and you go through.
Bad guys.
You chase the
Yeah, you do
bad
chase
guy.
bad guys.
And it's a hack and slash RPG, but very heavy on the hacking and slashing. You're like cutting heads off. I know I am.
How linear are we talking here?
Fairly linear, but there are side quests you can do.
Excellent.
Wait, this game has T-rated decapitation.
M-rated.
It's an M-rated game.
You're cutting arms off, and there's blood all over the place.
That sounds abnormally violent for this franchise.
There are
I'm surprised.
Dragon Age levels of blood. Your character is coated with blood.
Remember when EA used to shy away from blood,
I'll
and then
stop
like
it. It takes
Dragon
so long to load.
Age did that shit?
Or when the hats would just fly off of people in Medal of Honor.
Oh
with a
yeah,
headshot.
yeah.
But this one is very bloody, and the combat is really rewarding. It's fun. You get to level your character up, and there's like 3 skill trees, and you can customize which things you want to put into them. I played the Dwarven Champion, and whatever character you play as is the one that kind of takes the lead of the story. So if you play as the Dwarven Champion, whenever you enter a dialogue, it's all voice acted, so he'll do all of the voice acting. And they do some really clever things, like when you talk to somebody, like you'll meet Gandalf, and when you meet him, the dialogue choices will be, it'll be like, the first one will be like, oh, who are you? And the second one will be like, oh, you're Gandalf. And if you choose who are you, he'll give you a little spiel about who he is. But if you already know him...
Does he do it as a rap?
Not always.
Right.
I think that's DLC.
Oh.
Or their Project $10 kind of thing, like their online pass.
So you in order to get the Gandalf rap, you have to buy a new
Only new copies, that's right. Though I think GameStop's just going to include it anyway. But you can kind of customize how much of the Lord of the Rings lore your character knows, which is a really interesting way of handling it. And the only issue with the game, the main issue with the game, rather, is the combat is a little shallow, and the battles are extremely repetitive. Like you are going to fight the same enemy types over and over again through all 10 or so hours of the game, and you're going to fight like trolls a lot. Pretty much the entire game, you're going to fight giant trolls. Every time you walk into a room, there's going to
troll genocide.
Yeah, you're going to walk into a room and you're going to fight a few waves of enemies, and then somebody's like, "Holy fuck, a troll!" And then a troll walks in, and you fight it. And then later in the game, it's like you fight more guys, and then they're like, "Holy fuck, 2 trolls!" And then it's like, "Holy fuck, a troll with like armor." It's pretty much the same battles over and over again, but the combat's really fun.
Well, that troll fight in Fellowship of the Rings was pretty cool, so I can see them wanting to just
it's just troll overload.
So how many times does Gandalf begin a sentence? My name's Gandalf, and I'm here to say.
I only encountered him once, and I only had talked to him for like 5 minutes, and he said it like 80 times.
Oh wow,
yeah,
that's kind of staggering.
Yeah.
My name's Gandalf, and I'm here to say you need to go to Rivendell in a major way.
Well,
thanks for pulling the audio.
If he says it in 80 times in 5 minutes, I'm just kind of imagining it's my name's Gandalf, and I'm here to say my name's Gandalf, and I'm here to say.
Yep, that's how it works.
But over and over and over and over again.
It's a fun game. I doubt you have time to play it, but it's fun.
You know,
we don't have time for
won't
fun
have time
games
to play
now.
it,
we have time for
might.
Yeah, we don't have time for fun now. We have time.
It shouldn't
for
have come out the
major
week
games.
before Skyrim.
Yeah, or the same week as Uncharted.
I think it has a better chance against Uncharted than it's a different genre than Uncharted.
True. It's
not really. It's a different. It's not really. It's a similar style to Skyrim, sort of. I mean, obviously, one's a much bigger RPG game. But it's okay.
I was using that as a segue to talk about Uncharted.
Fuck Uncharted.
Nice.
This
is Uncharted.
Uncharted. What? Huh?
God, you see why we do this for a living?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what we do have in the room, the person who gave Uncharted the lowest score in the world.
I did not. There were 8s. I gave it a 9.
Why do people have a shit fit about the Eurogamer giving it an 8?
Here's the thing. I think there's a perception, and I don't want to spend the whole time talking about this. I think there's a perception that, like, just angry fanboys have sort of pushed the scale up to the point where it's like now 8 to 10, where 8 is terrible, 9 is mediocre, and 10 is good.
Yeah, we kind of
10
do
is
that.
expected. Like 10 is just the number it should get.
Yeah, well, it's a console exclusive. That's awesome. Why wouldn't it get a 10? And it's, because it's not quite as good as Uncharted 2. It's still really fucking good. Don't make any mistake. It earns that 9. And if we had half points, I might have gone as high as 9.5. But there's a few things that are just kind of off about the story. It doesn't feel as well developed or as as character driven or as interesting as Uncharted 2 was. I think. I mean, others may disagree.
What you were expecting, huh?
Well, yeah. But I mean, the action's still stellar. There's a bunch of little improvements. Drake can throw grenades back now.
I have a question about the combat, though.
Okay.
I remember in Uncharted 1, one of the big criticisms beyond the forced 6-axis control was the fact that it took 8 headshots to kill people. And on Uncharted 2, they fixed that, where it was much more fluid. People were wearing body armor, and those were the guys that took more hit. Regular guys still went down in a hit or two. And I've heard people saying that Uncharted 3 goes back to the first way, where people take a lot more damage to die.
They do take a considerable amount of damage, but I mean, I didn't notice specifically. I shot a guy in the head, and he kept on coming.
So you didn't notice it as an issue?
No, I mean I still had a lot of fun with it.
Well, so how long is the game?
It took me just under 9 hours. I think
that sounds like a good.
The total time was 8 hours and 54 minutes.
That sounds like a pretty good time. That's about as long as Uncharted 2 was. I felt.
I thought Uncharted 2 was 11 hours. But I could be wrong.
No issues with the length. I mean, there's some parts that are kind
thickness.
of there's some parts I didn't really enjoy very much. There's kind of this giant ship graveyard where you have to actually get through in order to get to the cruise ship level, and
it's a lot like Dark Void.
That's a little meh.
Dark Void.
No, it's better than Dark Void, although it does have that system of vertical cover that Dark Void had. Yeah, where you will climb and then you'll climb onto you'll grab onto some big outcropping and you'll have to duck behind it while people are shooting at you and then pop out to shoot at them before you continue climbing.
Huh. Did they thank Dark Void in the special thanks? Because it sounds like they should have.
I hope not. That game does not deserve.
But you have jetpack and everything.
No, you don't have a jetpack in Uncharted 3.
Oh.
But you do in Dark Void. I guess.
But it's definitely still a great blockbuster movie kind of.
Yeah,
game,
it is.
Right?
It is. And, that was another part of the problem. It's it does feel like a blockbuster movie. It kind of feels like I wouldn't say it's almost trying too hard to be a blockbuster movie. It's kind of going through the motions of a blockbuster movie.
Well, because they perfected. They really perfected their formula in 2, and so I guess more like they're repeating it this time than trying to really change it up again.
Yeah, and I think this is part of the problem with actually reading comments is that I get so incensed by them that I get I might sound like I'm coming down harder on the game than I really am. Mm-hmm. But I don't mean to focus on the complaints. The game is fantastic. Overall, I recommend everybody play it. I mean, it's beautiful. It looks great in 3D.
It's not 2. It's just not.
No, it's just not 2.
That's
That's the thing. It comes close, but it's not quite.
And
there.
what game does? What game has a third in the series that overshadows?
Yeah, I mean,
the second one.
In games, it's pretty rare.
I mean, Uncharted 2 was damn near a perfect game.
Yeah,
not as perfect as Arkham Asylum though. But,
well, Uncharted 2 and Arkham Asylum, that would be.
I think that was one of our closest game of the years ever.
Yeah,
but I stand by Arkham Asylum as our game of the year.
Yeah, that was really good, and I think Arkham.
So now Arkham City overshadows Arkham Asylum in quality.
Arkham City's really fantastic, and it was kind of. I mean, I don't want to.
Grand Theft Auto 3.
I don't want to call out specific comments, but there was one guy who wrote volumes about how there's no possible way Uncharted 3 could be better than Arkham City, and we're just a bunch of Batman fanboys. And he admitted outright he had not played either game, but he was bored with Arkham Asylum, and he said, "Well, Arkham City's just more of the same, right?"
Wow, what the?
So
how
it gets to the point. I understand what you're saying, though. If you give a game an 8 and everyone else tells you you're an idiot, it should be a 10. You start explaining why it should be a 5. It's like you start being well, no, because there was this problem with it too.
Remember when I mentioned last week, this is the definition of a knee-jerk reaction when we were saying, Chris was like, PCs are superior, and the rest of us PCs suck. It's it's not that we think PCs suck. It's that
don't like me.
That argument makes us defensive.
Yeah, if you turn it up to 11, we have to turn it up to 11 also on the opposite side. Just start arguing.
And I'm sure once that guy got out of his system and calmed down, maybe he tried playing Arkham City and said oh, this is pretty good.
That didn't happen.
Yeah,
maybe this guy I got into an internet argument with came to his senses and decided he would rather have a rational debate.
I did not.
Be helpful.
add anything to that argument.
He
That was all one-sided.
He reread your review and went, you know what? Maybe I came down too hard on him.
Well, also, I think this inspires anger because it's. I think it also inspires more defensive-ness because it's a PS3 exclusive. It's also.
Well, I mean, as we've seen with Halo Reach, any exclusive. Is
a console exclusive. I'm not saying it's just Sony fanboys. I'm saying it's.
I am.
No,
they're the worst.
PC.
No, that Halo.
They're the worst.
Halo
they're
Reach,
equally bad. I've seen them busting out the same tired arguments on either side. It doesn't matter which piece of plastic they're
I
defending.
just thought that was over because like the Killzone 3 review went up with oh yeah, this looks cool.
Yeah.
Killzone 2, they were burning
Killzone
effigies.
2 they were about to start killing Firstborn over the review scores.
Luckily, that game was awesome.
Was it? It does. I don't know. I'm so tainted by it now. Can't.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to look at it objectively, given the
I didn't review it, so I can say.
I've been told I need to play more PS3 games, so I think I'm going to take a week off, paid vacation, and just play PS3 games.
I'm sorry, Henry. I
what you
kind
asked
of
for.
instigated that.
Okay.
How is the multiplayer?
The multiplayer is pretty good. I think it's a bit better.
Yeah!
I think it's a bit better than Uncharted 2's.
It felt like that from the beta.
Yeah, I mean, anyone who played like the Subway promotion, I mean, that was pretty much that's what they asked me to play for the review. But I didn't play with the $5 footlong promotion or anything. But yeah,
You make it sound so dirty.
It is dirty because he actually takes out.
How does your brain work? How does it? You have two of them.
Because if you do that move, he actually whips out his dick and charges people $5 a suck, and then that goes into your accumulated money. That is a lie.
And the co-op.
The co-op is fantastic.
Oh, that I can't wait to play.
The co-op, it expands on the co-op that Uncharted 2 did, where it's 3 players and you're kind of it doesn't have the platforming or the puzzle solving. It's all very much shooter oriented, shooter style objectives. A little bit.
It was like somebody go climb that and then open the door for the rest of us.
Yeah, pretty much. But not even to that degree.
Yeah.
Like it's more like, oh, here's a chest. Somebody stand here and hit it with a rifle butt while the other 2 defend you.
Yeah,
and
heard it.
Yeah, actually, that is an actual quote. When you go into that, like it's Chloe, Sully, and Drake, and Drake's like, "Oh, somebody needs to hit this with a rifle butt," and Chloe's like, "I've got a rifle and a butt."
Well, did you say the storyline of the co-op is completely ridiculous?
There is a consistent. That's the other thing. There is a consistent storyline, unlike in 2, which was just like, we need to find this treasure.
We need more money.
Yeah, but there is like, and it's weird because it's like, this is these are Lazarevich's man. Lazarevic, what's he doing back?
It's like it was like fan fiction that they decided to make into a plot.
It's like really crazy, and by the time it gets to the end, it's just like, this is just silly, but. It's fun, so it definitely adds a lot of value to the
perfect game.
Yeah,
Hey, in the
no,
break-
it's not a perfect game, but it's close.
Okay.
In the break, can we play our Uncharted sketch that we did a long time ago?
Sure.
How to build a secret
that
temple.
was great.
Yeah,
You're welcome, Henry.
Even though you ripped off Robot
I did not!
It's fine.
It's hard not to rip off Robot Chicken when you make jokes about things that are awesome. They do 700 sketches per 10 minutes, and they've been doing it for 7 years. It's horrible.
They had a pretty good Spider-Man Spider-Sense sketch I really liked on that show.
Spider-Sense.
Well, if you love them so much, why don't you suck them off?
Uncharted 3, best game of the week. I gave it a 9 out of 10. Don't take that as bad. That's awesome.
I have one last question.
Yes.
Can I ask?
No.
You want to borrow it from someone?
Yeah.
Bring it back away.
I had to buy a copy. I didn't get a free
Is it out?
copy.
It's out right now.
Yeah.
I didn't see it on Steam.
The Steinman.
Funny that.
The Steinman was the only one I saw got a free copy.
And they didn't even give him the special edition, did they?
Nope.
You know why? Because he has abandoned Sony.
Ooh.
That's true.
I'd say that home story he posted today says otherwise.
I don't know if you know
an
this, but
apostate.
I don't know if you know this, but the Home update is giving Home a second life.
Yeah.
That's very good. I'm gonna fake it with a yes. No, take a victory lap.
That was stolen from Garrett, by the way. That was his article.
Redact that.
You can only compare Home to Second Life when it allows me to fuck furries who are wearing diapers.
I
on
will give it back
surfboards.
to Michael or Pares. Take a victory lap, Michael.
Yes. Yes, I shall.
Oh, and Burger Time
pants
came
back
out
on.
this week too.
No one cares.
Yeah. Oh, and I will mention the Nightwing DLC came out for Arkham
cool.
City. So
I should get that.
if you don't have the money for a whole new game, you can spend $5.60 or $6.99 on Nightwing.
Or, you know what else you could spend that money on? You could spend $1.99 less and get a $5 footlong.
$5
from our prize
or
van.
get Bastion on Steam for $7. Just do that.
I bought that months ago on 360.
Yeah, for like $20.
So is Bastion finally on Steam?
Yeah, it's on Steam.
It's been on Steam for a while, and there's extra items. For instance, you can throw the portal turrets as an item.
Interesting.
That was pretty.
Yep.
That is cool. You can do that. I like they had portal turrets there. Like they did that to Dungeon Defenders as well.
Yeah, they should do that with every game.
They pretty much are.
Dungeon Defenders comes out on 360 soon.
It is out.
All
It's
right.
out. Yeah.
Good. Tyler liked that a lot.
I want to see them in LA Noire when that comes to PC this month.
Well, so
Is there another game that came out this week? Are we done?
that's it. Yeah.
Let's talk
That's
about the GTA
basically
5
it.
trailer.
Yeah, we do need to talk about GTA 5.
Grand
And
Theft Auto 5.
I did not think this was going to happen.
I'm kind of amazed. I didn't quite believe it until I saw it.
None of it works historically.
But none of it works historically, but we did assume that judging only on 3 and 4.
How do you mean none of it works historically?
So far, 3 was a PS2 game, 4
Right.
was an Xbox, was
Right.
a
Well,
next gen
they did
game,
one-
and it went so long without them announcing one, and with new consoles arguably a year or two away, it felt like they were just going to hold on to it and wait until announcing it until the next generation.
That's what I assumed.
But they aren't, and isn't that nice?
I'm not complaining.
It is nice, but we had talked about that before, that they usually do one per generation, but that only started with 3 and 4. 1 and 2 were released on the same generation.
True, but that was
Same
before.
generation of PCs.
Yeah, but like, how can you establish
But they
precedent?
were both
I
on
know.
PS1.
But it's also different because 1, 3, and 4 all took place in Liberty City. So it was like, well, if there's 5, it's going to be the next generation with the next generation
I
of
think
Liberty
a long
City.
time ago talking to those guys, like, no, they had a story to tell, and like they had a story to tell with 4, and that story is over with after the 2 DLC moments. And I didn't know that they all kind of tied together nicely after after a while. And like I didn't know. It's lovely to see. Remember when you first played GTA and you go to that Statue of Happiness mission and 2 weird people show up? Like they had those 2 DLC campaigns in the pipeline.
I thought that happened in the
forever.
I thought that happened somewhere else.
Yeah,
It's in the museum.
Yeah,
museum.
pretty
museum.
much.
I'm sorry. The
The
diamond.
And then you
Trinity
get
achievement.
which is amazing.
Yeah, like they had that in line forever. Here's a couple of game extenders, but this is a new story, a new tale
in a new city.
In a new city.
Los
well,
Santos,
newish
possibly
city.
even. Well, it's going to be completely unrecognizable.
Right.
Yeah.
for
So Michael,
people who
explain
played San Andreas.
Explain the big picture of the GTA 5 trailer to everybody.
The big picture is that it's moving to a new city. We're getting a new protagonist, possibly a middle-aged guy who some people are confusing with Tommy Vercetti because Rockstar doesn't seem to be able to hammer home the point that, like, no, the PS2 trilogy is over. Those characters aren't coming back.
Well, there's 50 reasons why it's not Tommy.
Are you sure
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah.
That it's not Tommy?
I'm looking at your article.
It's not Ray-
amazing article. What
it's
is it?
not
What
Ray
is-
Liotta either.
What is the title of this?
It is Grand Theft Auto 5, 12 Things We Can Learn from the Trailer.
And-
Also, and it's not just
Now
like
on
12 little
GamesRadar.com.
things.
No,
like
no.
each thing is well fleshed
I
out.
was
big
still
things.
very curious about who the main protagonist was, but you make a interesting point that it's probably that
Frank
giant,
West.
That Frankie West. Why does people keep saying Frank West?
Look at
Because
the
he
picture.
looks
He
like Frank
just
West.
like
the
Frank
first
West.
time I saw him, I'm like,
With
this
kind
guy,
of a hook nose.
this guy looks easy.
You can't say hook nose?
No,
You
you're a
can
Jew
say-
now. I forgot. You can do that.
I'm not. That's not a slur. It's just describing the shape of his nose.
You're right. It's an item in Zelda.
Hook nose shyster,
You get the
right?
hook nose.
Christ.
No, but look at his profile. The guy looks like 50-something years old.
Yeah.
And
Well,
he-
and
yeah,
that
but
fits with the
Nico
with the
was like
mono-
40-something years old
That
looking.
fits with
That's
the
true.
monologue too.
Yeah.
I mean, Nico was a schlubby lowlife, and everybody loved him after. But
Oh, no.
the thing is, like the response we're seeing to this happens pretty much every time. Like any GTA protagonist since
CJ.
probably CJ, yeah, has been announced. Like people didn't have a problem with Tommy or Claude, but CJ, of course, being African American,
He was.
yeah, like
he
a
was-
lot of people.
he
Like,
was-
I don't
he
want
was
to play as a
non-white.
black guy. They made mods.
He
so that
was?
They wouldn't have to play.
What?
So they could play as white CJ.
Was that a thing?
Yes.
But once you spend 30 hours in the skin of that character, you can't. And
He's one of the greatest characters of all time.
Unless Rockstar does their job terribly, you're going to end up
Yeah.
liking them.
But that's the thing. Like everybody complains about it. Like CJ, too black. Tony, what was his name from Liberty City Stories? Tony Cipriani. Like,
yeah.
oh, he's old and fat. Who wants to play as him? And they had like a younger, thinner version.
And then for Liberty City Stories, like another black guy. Yeah,
but
come
Vice
on.
City Stories.
Vice City
and that,
Stories.
well, they have the disadvantages. Like it's Lance Vance's brother, and like, what's your first look at Lance Vance? He's like, or Lance Vance's brother. He's like this stooped, bald guy who speaks with a thick accent and looks to be about 55 years old. But then they made Victor Vance really cool and interesting, and Nico Bellic. It's like, what's this Russian guy? I don't want to play as him. Like,
some immigrant.
I remember our former boss was always said, like, one of the comments he saw was like, "Relax, guys. At least this time the protagonist is white." Like,
he might be from the Balkans.
Fucking internet. White. Yeah. And then it's the same with this guy. Like, you've seen 2 seconds of this guy,
and we're only like 10% sure it's him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's 40. Like he looks kind of like the guy that we saw leading the robbery and driving around in a car, and the voice seems to fit him. So it might be him. No.
Something about it really makes me hope it's Vercetti.
But I mean, first of all, the first thing he says is the first thing he says is, "Why did I move out here
for
the weather?"
Yeah,
he was in Miami. He moved to L.A.
Sure. But like,
for the weather.
What I'm getting at, this is just wild speculation on my part, because I love this article because you so like, here's a guy who looks sort of like CJ. Here's a guy who conjures memories
he's not CJ.
Of Vercetti. But what if it's all of them?
That would be awesome,
what if it's a GTA that has multiple characters? What if...
Then that would be Rockstar
that's the rumor
prioritizing giving fans what they want over what the story that they want.
But isn't that what 5 is? Like, what we think it is? It's just Rockstar giving fans what they want.
No. It's them making a new game that they can make 2 DLC packs for. One where you'll play as one guy and one was...
I bet it'll be more than 2 DLC packs this time.
Yeah.
They sold really well. I could see.
They sold really well, and they sold well in the collection, and they were, as I said before, they were clearly set in motion years beforehand.
The other thing is
2 DLC packs.
It doesn't really sound that much like Ray Liotta doing the voice, which some people immediately thought it was, which I think is wishful thinking. And IGN confirmed with Liotta's representatives that it's not him.
Oh, they did real journalism?
They did actual journalism, which nobody ever does with this job. Yeah. Now this is all conjecture. That's real journalism. Yeah. We actually asked somebody who could answer.
Yeah.
And I think so much of our experience is like we will actually ask people who know the questions, and then we'll be like, I can't really tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to fill in the blanks ourselves with things like this. But it's fun to just kind of go frame by frame and analyze.
And there's a second guy that also looks like anybody who shows up more than once in the trailer is possibly the main character.
Well,
so I think Rockstar is aware of this and probably throwing you a dozen or so red herrings in this.
That's true.
And then I don't know who pointed it out, but I saw it on Twitter. Like, it makes every time they buck a trend with their protagonist. I'm thinking female.
Nah, well,
there was like
that would buck a trend, but
I mean,
so you think it's what, like the girl who walks by the red convertible?
She could have not been in it.
She could not be in the trailer.
She could be that chick doing yoga.
It was really weird because the UK did an article on
that seems pretty well adjusted for a GTA character.
She's really laid back.
The UK did an article on the GTA launch trailers, and just watching 3, because Claude doesn't speak, and he's dressed in the same suit all the time, but since he doesn't speak or convey any personality, it could be anybody.
Well, but the GTA 4, this trailer was patterned on the GTA 4 trailer, but maybe that was meant to trick us. But that one had Nico talking the whole time over it.
Yeah,
and it
it's
ends
the
with a shot
same
of
thing. It's the maybe things will be different here, but
maybe they're trying to trick us by doing that and giving you the same theme, so you think it follows the same arc. When it doesn't,
it's just fun to talk about.
And it doesn't even matter, as Dan Stapleton from PC Gamer pointed out, because the story is still going to be, I'm going to turn over a new leaf. Hey, here's $50 to go kill a guy. Alrighty!
I was going to say the story is going to be, it's going to be delayed for 1 year after they announce the release date. Half a year, and then it'll take another year to come to PC, so I won't be able to play.
So that was, we should...
Because what, you don't have a 360 anymore?
We should talk about what we don't...
I played the PC one, just making movies in that fucking game, in the PC version is awesome.
And the graphic mods that make it look better than any game that's out right now.
No, it's so much fun.
But that's also what we should talk about what we don't know, like how little that trailer revealed.
Fill a book with what we don't know.
Yeah, like we don't know who the hero is. We don't know when it comes out. We don't even know the platforms. I wonder if it will come to Wii U or not. It could.
One guy was like,
I bet it'll be on Wii U before PC.
One guy was like, the lack of a platform descriptor at the end disturbs me. It's like, you were expecting one this early? And I almost answered him with like, "It's coming exclusively to Wii U, and only your little brother can play it. You're not allowed."
Yes.
I mean, there was no blood in the trailer. Maybe it's rated teen.
Yeah, maybe it's rated E for everyone.
I mean, odds are, and I'd be willing to bet a very little amount of money on this because I don't bet money because I'm bad at things. That they are going to announce a release date within the next 6 months. Saying that it is going to come out in the winter of 2012. And then once you get into the fall of 2012, they're going to delay it until April.
They're going to
say, "Oh, we don't need April."
LA Noire
I'll do you one better.
And Red Dead Redemption all released in the middle of the year. And they were all supposed to be
April,
targeted
May,
holiday
April,
releases.
May.
And they've said, like, oh, no, releasing in April does really well for us.
Yeah, and I can see them repeating that with 5.
So
Five
what are
is
you
so
gonna-
big it
That
doesn't.
shit ain't coming out in 5 months.
What were you going to say?
It's not.
I love that quote.
They'll do us one better. How?
Well, I said I'll do us one better by saying it will be announced for October 2012 and will come out in April 2013.
I like
Yeah.
it. I like it.
I predict here. As long as we're putting out predictions, I predict we'll see the next bit of news for this at the Spike Awards in December.
Too soon.
Now wait, man. Now I bet they'll.
I hope they stay away from that.
I bet they'll reveal like maybe platform at least there or something like. Spike Spike is such a big deal. Like
It is, but like Rockstar doesn't go for big deals. It does its own
that's
thing.
true. That like how they did this.
How they did this.
Did they announce something about Red Dead at Spike? Did they announce something with
Anybody?
DLC?
Well,
I don't think
Red
so.
Dead.
DLC.
Red Dead did win Game of the Year
Maybe
there
Undead
last
Nightmare.
year, but I don't think they. I know there was a commercial for it.
Like the first commercial for Undead Nightmare or something.
And the best moment of Spike TV, where it was the Spike Awards, where it was actually like watchable, was when the guy who did the amazing song in Red Dead did it live on stage with an acoustic guitar.
Jose Gonzalez? Is that his name? Racist. What? God damn it.
But yeah,
So far away in that one.
but the trailer was made for dissection too. Like like every second is another like postcard. Really,
Can I get one bit of clarification from you, Michael? Like San Andreas is what?
It's a state.
It's a
California.
state. Okay, good. Oh no, that's what I was unclear on.
Here's the thing. It's like the trailer is Los Santos, which is the
LA.
San Andreas version of LA, but there are jets there. And I said in the article this could kind of go one of two
that was
ways.
very insightful. Like this,
Yeah, because I
smart.
remember seeing when they first showed us GTA 4, and it's like, oh no, we're not going to have planes because it's just one city. It's kind of small. You'd be like from one end to the other in 10 seconds. It wouldn't. There'd be no reason. And so the fact that there are jets here makes me think, well, either A, they're doing Los Santos as a giant realistic urban sprawl, which LA is, in which case, yeah, it could realistically take you a while to fly across that. Or they are going to start showing us glimpses of San Fierro and or Las Venturas in the coming months.
What about the
or
mountain
you
shot?
can't fly them.
Is that still
That
part
would
of
be
it?
very sad. But those are planes that, like, I remember flying those. Like the friggin'
Crop duster.
Hydra jet and the crop duster, the Learjet kind of thing that's flying over. I mean, I remember flying all that shit in San Andreas. And if they're showing it off this much and it's not in the game, that's going to be really disappointing.
The
to a lot of
mountainous
people.
scene. What did you say about this? In your
That's Mount Chiliad, unless I'm mistaken.
And is that still part of like Greater LA, or was that referencing another part of California?
No, that's in San Andreas. That is like after you get through with Los Santos, you go to kind of like this little backwoods area, and you're introduced to Mount Chiliad, which is this enormous mountain that's covered in trees, and you can mountain bike down from the top. And
Yes,
it's
on
amazing.
an awesomely placed ramp.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's stuff in this trailer that leads me to believe this is not just LA.
Yeah, well, it at the very least, it's LA plus a lot of rural and wilderness area.
DLC.
DLC what?
What's the San Francisco?
San Fierro.
San Fierro.
Yeah, that's the
San
thing.
Fierro DLC.
It's like, as much as we poke fun at like people in the UK saying maybe he'll come back to the UK, like we are just as bad in that like we live in San Francisco and we desperately want to see another GTA set in San Francisco.
I do.
I personally, and I enjoyed San Andreas, but I thought, and I know I may be in the minority, I didn't like how silly it got. I don't like the jetpacks. I like GTA more grounded in reality, like 4, and even though there was a friggin' gold-plated helicopter in Gay Tony, it was still more realistic than the aliens in San Andreas. No, San Andreas ever were.
There weren't aliens in San Andreas.
I thought there were. I thought if you went to the near Area 51,
there might have been like some
there was a
suspicious
spaceship.
shapes underneath the blankets, but there were you got a jetpack.
Yeah, there was a jetpack. But in general, it became a lot sillier than the other GTA games.
You blow up the Hoover Dam.
That was part of its charm.
That's
the Hoover Dam,
don't you? I thought that was one of the missions that James Woods, FBI guy, gives you.
I appreciate what GTA 4 and the DLC, how seriously it took its characters and its situation.
I'd like that again.
But remember, 3 did that too. 3 did that too, and by the time they got to San Andreas, it's like, well, this is an engine everybody's already used to playing. Let's throw everything.
But
at
I
the
kind
wall.
of feel like Gay Tony was their San Andreas. I mean, you were flying around in a gold-plated helicopter. You were throwing bloggers out of planes and out of helicopters. It had ridiculous things in it, and the story was larger than life and crazy.
Auto shotguns being fired from the top of a moving train.
Like that's why I would rather this one go back. Like if that was like them, like if they always like start at 0 and then go like tick 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 crazy, tick 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 crazy. I want this to start back at 0.
Well, because this also and the engine is very clearly the GTA 4 engine.
It's a lot very much prettier though.
Yeah, well, maybe it's just prettier just because it's not. Maybe just because it's not dingy and gray like.
No, there were some things that
New York,
Michael
which
pointed
I was
out.
in recently, and it very much is dingy.
Well, Michael, you pointed out the fact that when the cars were driving, they had like the dust they were kicking up.
Oh yeah.
Looked like something that would have never been in GTA 4.
No, I mean, and that's the thing. It's like I'm starting to think volumetric fog or whatever. Like I'm not even fully aware of what it is, but it seems to be a new trend. Because, like, Assassin's Creed Revelations, they've been pointing out, it's like, oh, look at all this volumetric fog. It's the first time the series has ever done that.
Arkham Asylum PC had that, and it was really good.
Yeah. And Uncharted 3 has a lot of it, with, like, the Uncharted Sand or Uncharted Sand. Volumetric Sand. Volumetric
Battlefield
spiders.
has those flashlights.
Mm-hmm. And this has it with all these cool particle effects that they're showing off.
Well, and also, speaking of particle effect, there's all that garbage, like, everywhere, like...
Yeah, there's a lot of garbage.
Well, and it's just the economic, which there is in L.A., like, it's shithole, but, also,
parts of it,
you think they're gonna have, like, jokes about E3 in it at the convention center?
Oh, God, I hope so.
I hope that's the last mission.
so hard.
Yeah, you just go to E3 and...
You have to go awkwardly ask questions.
Go to E3 and shoot it up like Jack Thompson always threatened would happen someday.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
And then I hope somebody copycats it, recreates it, and shoots everybody when I'm not allowed to go next year.
But I also
PC
like
gamers not allowed to go.
They don't have PC games there.
Nope.
so much economic downturn and darkness and ruin in that trailer too. Is in the second half of it, like.
Well, they seem to really be highlighting that. Like, bear in mind, and one thing I point out, it's like they are not randomly just selecting bits of gameplay footage to show off here. Everything they have selected,
Meticulous.
it is very meticulous. But they've selected everything because this is specifically what they want to show. Maybe it's a red herring, but I honestly think everything here is intended to serve a purpose and not just show off something that's cool in the game.
Yeah, I think one analyst said that the game was going to be out in a few months, and that was nonsense. But another one said that like the trailer
was that
was
Pachter?
Yeah, Pachter said it's going to be out before E3.
Good old Michael Pachter.
It was the dumbest thing I've ever read. But another analyst was saying that the trailer was pixel perfect. Every frame was like the most like for them building hype. Like for a Grand Theft Auto 5 trailer, it was exactly what they wanted to do.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
And it's not that it's like you're watching it and you're like, this looks...
too.
It's not even like
Really
you're watching it like some trailers get you like unbelievably excited. You're like, oh my god, I can't wait to do that. It's just the perfect hype building
I think
machine.
we'll look back on this, even if the hero is revealed to be none of the people we've seen here, this is still a fantastic trailer.
Yeah.
And I look forward to revisiting it when GTA 6 gets announced and we go apeshit
I want
over
to
its
plug
trailer
plug
again.
McCaffrey's review of Saints Row 3. Saints Row 3 is about to get really annoying with comparing itself to GTA.
I think actually this might give that a sales boost because now
Maybe.
people are going to want that experience.
Ryan McCaffrey. I think OXM got the exclusive review.
They certainly did.
9.5 from Ryan McCaffrey.
And you can
the
read
same
it.
score as GTA 4.
You can read it on their website.
I retweeted it at twitter.com/Giantista.
What,
I'm better with the
OXMonline.com?
plugs. See what I did?
I was going to give their website, but I couldn't remember it.
Don't
so
do
yes.
the URL. OXM Online, but I retweeted it. It's probably still up there. Twitter.com/CNTista. What did I say, Henry?
Twitter.com.
That was the most defeated sigh I've ever heard.
At Henry G. Henrey.
God, you're a pro.
G.
In your face, Antista.
There was I want to mention there was a nutty San Andreas trailer we put up. I put up to a story for today that they've done
Saints
a lot.
Row.
Saints Row, I meant, sorry. Saints Row the Third, which was a cherished memory trailer of you're driving around with a zombie for some reason, and then you're running over people, and then they say, hey, turn on the radio, let's hear some tunes. And then up starts Sublime's Lovin' Is What I've Got. And him and the zombie start singing along, except the zombie keeps going.
That's the only way to sing that song.
Yeah, that's kind of how I remember most.
Wasn't there a second Saints Row trailer?
That's actually how Sublime
was
originally
just
sang
making
it.
fun of Grand Theft Auto?
Yes.
Yeah, there was another one today. Yes.
And with the Grand Theft Auto
Would
2.
you rather watch your character watching TV?
Or that's one of that's
Would
a
you
classic.
rather shoot poop out of a cannon?
Oh, wow. That's like
That's a Games Radar classic.
Wow.
A Talk Radar classic.
Yeah.
Weird.
We've been doing it that long!
Yeah! Can we just plug our Twitters again so I can use the Twitter theme that I made a long time ago and probably never get to use again?
All right.
Say your names on Twitter.
At Henry G. HENEREYG.
Twitter.com/CNTista.
Twitter.com/Michael Reparaz. That's MIKELREPARAZ. Not easy, you fucking halfwits.
Arizona.
Idiots.
Think Arizona.
Yeah.
Hollander
That's
Cooper.
good.
At Hollander Cooper.
Come and follow me.
Thank you.
Was that the whole thing?
That's it. That's from the Fraggle Rock pilot. I don't know when I'm going to be able to play that again for a while.
I think we should go into that on the break.
Twitter.com/CNT. Really?
Yes.
I agree.
All right. Good.
Can we play the Uncharted sketch that we
Yes,
did?
yes.
Oh, beautiful.
Come and follow me.
Well, we'll do that, and then I'm guessing somebody has game deals, and
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I have the weirdest boner right now.
All right, nephew. Now you sing.
While the sun goes round, I'll still be found, following the sound.
Hi, this is Ryan McCaffrey from the official Xbox magazine's KOXM Radio. You're listening to TalkRadar.
I'd buy that for $1.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to segment 3 of Talk Radar 185. I kind of fucked up in the last segment because I forgot to mention a game that came out this week.
You know who never would have messed that up?
Who?
Chris Antista.
That's true. He never would have. The
What are you talking
the
about?
man was a saint.
Rest his soul.
Whatever
So
happened to
talking
that
about
guy
me?
anyway?
So true.
So GoldenEye 007 Reloaded came out for 360 and PS3. And I've been playing it for OXM, and it's actually surprisingly good. If
Would you say it was shaken and not stirred?
I would say I'm going to punch everyone who uses that analogy in the throat. Because it happens every fucking time.
No, I know.
That's the new Wikipara sound.
I was trying to think of what other cliches of 007 you could stick in a review. Just to
Something
fill
with
space.
the word pussy.
What was it? Somebody made a James Bond ice sculpture, and we spent all day on Twitter thinking of cold puns based on James Bond movies. It was the most fun time.
Was this a dream you had?
No, it was Brett Tyler and I know that for sure. And I
course.
think Sean McKinnis from GameSpot. We just all day it was like it was all gold, all James Bond cold.
I'm
puns.
normally not so frigid. That's a good one.
The cold is not enough. It was a bunch of stupid shit like that.
GoldenEye?
GoldenEye. It was like It was based off a Reuters article about an ice hotel
Reuters.
with a James Bond theme.
Neat.
Reuters.
But, yeah, man, the game is pretty good. It's weird because it's like on the one hand it's like this sort of T-rated Call of Duty clone.
You say clone, I say poor man's.
No, I wouldn't even go that far. It's the same. Well, it's not the same developer, but it's
Same
Activision
price.
publishing both. That's a problem. And yeah, that's the thing. It's like there are probably about $1,000 worth of games coming out this month alone that you will want to play before you play GoldenEye. But maybe keep an eye on it and a golden eye on it.
Oh
No.
An iTat is golden for you IGN readers from 20 years ago. And 10 years ago. But what was I going to say?
Buy it because it's perfect?
No, it's not perfect, but maybe buy it when it's cheap.
Yeah.
Cheap, 30,
it's sort of like, if you've played the Wii version at all, it's basically that, but in HD. I mean, it looks a little weird. Like, as a fan of the original, it's really kind of hard to adjust to, because while the action's okay, it's like this weird reimagining of all the characters and events of the movie and the game. Like, Xenia Onatop is now, she has like this short bob hairstyle, and you first meet her like she's posing as a waitress in a club, and then she's like wearing this weird fur-trimmed purple getup. It's like, that doesn't quite fit.
Is Sean Bean in it still?
No. The guy who's playing 006 looks like Giovanni Ribisi or something. It's weird. He's got like these prominent lips.
Sorry. Giovanni Ribisi is gross.
Watch your bleh eyes.
Yeah, but and it is the Daniel Craig as Bond.
Yes, it is, and the Judi Dench giving him instructions.
The
over
James
the phone.
Judy,
Doing your best John Cleese impression.
James Duty Dench.
James Duty. I'm James Duty. Work for MI6. James Duty.
Go look at Q. He's going to give you some shit to use.
Working really hard at creating another character right now. Nobody appreciates it. James Duty.
That's another thing. You don't appreciate how charmingly outdated a laser watch with an LCD display seems until you've seen James Bond use a smartphone to do fucking everything.
I need to open this door. Let me just get somebody to do it for me.
Yeah.
That's kind of,
But it's like
Casino Royale when he pulled that out.
Yeah, there's a thing you need to hack. Just point your phone at it and hold down a button. Oh, there's a, whatever. Just take a picture of it.
I actually, in the last couple of years, I said this before, I've never really seen a James Bond movie until the last couple of years. First one is like Casino Royale, and I'm a huge movie fan. I own thousands of movies. Never seen a James Bond movie. Watch From Russia with Love. It's like, we got to see what's going on in that room. I have a solution. And it's a fucking periscope that pops up in the floor through the air conditioner, and like just Connery's in there like with two hands on each. Yes, I see exactly what's happening.
That's still one of the more realistic early Bond movies.
It is.
That's one of my favorites.
That's well before they're driving through ice castles.
But I was watching it, like, that's why it's exciting, because, like, oh shit, they went to all that trouble to make a system of mirrors, like, pop up in a hotel room, not just point and Sony Ericsson at something.
So, but I can appreciate those old Bond films, but I never really enjoyed them because it was just like either super antiquated or then, especially when Roger Moore came in, they're just like, let's just be really corny and jokey. This is a joke. And then it got so
really
fucking
silly
campy.
and like all this weird colored smoke and
and like the Pierce Brosnan ones got realer, but they still liked campy jokes about Christmas coming more than once a year.
And then at the end of the movie, and then at the end, they look and they're using like the heat goggles to look, and they're like, oh my god, there's only one. What's wrong? Why does Bond have 4 arms? And then it turns out he's having sex with her.
Yeah.
And so that's why I love
Never not classy.
Casino Royale is the one that's the best movie and most watchable to me. And
will that be shaken or stirred? Doesn't matter!
No, he says, do I look like I care?
Do I look like I care?
Such a good movie.
Yeah.
And then he even said, I love when there's a scene like where he first meets Vesper on the train and he says something clever. Like, that's too clever for someone who isn't a writer to say. Then he says, oh, that was pretty clever, huh? he laughs at his own cleverness.
And
Like,
then Quantum Solace is meh.
I didn't watch it.
It wasn't bad. It was just
but it was
like,
just,
it's like, hey, what if Casino Royale, instead of ending really well, went on for 2 more hours?
Yeah. Plus, it's like, I barely remember anything that happened in
There's
that
that
movie.
scene where they're like, the rooms are blowing up.
Yeah. I remember that.
Got it. Never even seen it, but
instead of diamonds, water.
Water is forever?
Yes.
Water are forever.
Well, they're working
Water
on a
are
budget,
forever.
clearly.
Yes.
But, yeah, it's sort of like seeing that in the game, though. Like, he just uses his smartphone for everything. It's like, have smartphones supplanted cool spy gadgets? Like,
well,
do we not?
at MI6
are those
it has.
obsolete?
Yeah.
But, yeah, but then there's certain other moments, like, you remember, like, the N64 version,
Of course.
There's a scene where you get trapped in a train.
And you use your
that is
laser
about
watch.
to explode. Yes, you use your laser watch to get rid of the locks holding this panel in place, and
So
you
cool.
escape. Guess how you get rid of them now?
Stomp on it?
No,
Shoot them?
that scene is still in there. You shoot them. It's like there's a certain amount of charm that's lost here.
Yeah.
In
At that point, I would have rather just like jumped up and down on it.
Yeah.
Until it's like, and now I fell through.
Or I found some thermite. I don't know.
Again, it's a good game if you can find it for less than $60.
Preferably less than $30.
Yeah.
Made by somebody other than Activision.
And you and I disagree on this, but I think the multiplayer is pretty good. I had fun with it.
I feel like when I played it, I played it at a preview event about a month ago, so I haven't played the retail build, but I felt like the aiming sucked to the point where I was doing significantly better by shooting from the hip 100% of the time.
Yeah, well, it's that problem that I'm seeing more and more of in multiplayer games, and I had the same problem in Uncharted 3, actually, is that you kind of turn a little too slowly. Like, the second somebody gets the drop on you and starts shooting, they will usually kill you.
Right.
Like, you don't really have a fast means of retaliation.
Which is a shame, because it's like, that wasn't a problem until like a year ago.
Yeah.
Like, why did that all of a sudden shooters decide that aiming had to be slower? And then actually, when I was playing it at the preview event, somebody actually was like, okay, fuck this. I'm going to just go ahead and turn up the sensitivity. And it didn't. And it still was just better. Like, I see an enemy. I'm just going to hold the trigger. And odds are it's going to kill them.
But it does have a really fun... Did you play the mode where you kills upgrade your weapon?
Gun game, yes.
Yeah, that was kind of awesome.
Gun game, we talked about this earlier. Gun game was first a Counter-Strike mod. And
Really?
it is my favorite.
Huh.
And it's actually in Black Ops. And it is such a cool mode. And except I like, there's sometimes you play reverse gun game, where everyone starts off with like rocket launchers, but then every kill you get a weaker weapon, which is a lot more fun because when it is the other way around, like it is in GoldenEye and Black Ops, and I think Counter-Strike Go is going to have it. Once you get to the point where you have like, you're like a few levels above everyone, you're sort of unstoppable because it's like, well, everyone else is using pistols and I have a shotgun. Now everyone else is using shotguns and I have a machine gun. Like, you get leveled up so fast.
Yep, now I'm using a laser and it's a piece of shit and I keep getting killed.
The laser is like the worst weapon in the game.
Yeah, it really is. It's like, I remember when it was like really powerful in the N64 game, and now it's just like, it's just shots are flying everywhere. I'm not hitting anything.
Just give me a cell phone.
Yeah,
just make this my cell phone instead.
Oh, the Moonraper laser.
Yes.
Well, it can't always be laser time.
No, it can't
Not always.
be laser.
Not always.
So, again,
never.
If you can find it cheap, go for it, which leads us into game deals.
Oh,
yay!
Where'd you get that segue?
From the guy who
Take
invented
my advice, do as I say, save a little money for a rainy day.
What you got, Henry?
By the way, I predict that GoldenEye will be $30 by the end of the year.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Even Black Friday.
If not,
That's such a good Black Friday deal.
If you can get it in one of like the buy two get one deals, that might be good.
Maybe buy one get
Chris,
two.
would you want to do Black Friday for us again?
Nope.
No, you hated it last year.
It was fucking terrible.
I was remembering TalkRadar memory of last year where you read through your meticulously collected Black Friday deals, and then at the end of it I said, or you can just go to Amazon, they do price matching on a lot of them, and then you said, thank you very much for ruining my segment.
Yep.
Wow, you still look angry.
It's totally true. Like, I had to do this whole article on, like, here's what you can get at Best Buy. Like, we're really writing an online article for people to show up to Best Buy at 4 in the morning to get 10 copies of a cheap game when Amazon will price match it and sell it cheaper.
You didn't like having to do it.
People will
but it was
still
forced
show
on
up
you.
for that shit.
I guess. Fuck them, though.
All right, so there's really, look, I'm sorry I don't have non-Amazon deals a lot of the time, but this Amazon deal is really great. So first off, I want to say, outside of this deal on Amazon, L.A. Noire is 50% off on 360. Like, it's $20. So,
damn.
Though the complete collection of L.A. Noire is coming out soon, so maybe, I don't know.
$44 on Steam.
That's right.
Yep.
But what's really going on, and it ends on November 5th, that's Saturday at midnight Pacific time, is buy two, get one free on Amazon. And there's over 100 games on here, but they've added two that make it 100% worth it. Uncharted 3 and Battlefield 3 are on there, as are Batman Arkham City, Gears of War, and Resistance 3, Dark Souls, and Rage. All $60 games on PS3 and 360 when they're multi-platform. and you can get them, buy 3 of those and get 1 for free.
Buy 3 or 2?
Buy 3 of them and 1 is free.
What I looked at, and I wish I could remember what they were. It was like the games that have been out for a couple months, but were down to $40.
Yeah,
and that was awesome. Like $80 for 3 great games.
Well, no, there's also Eco and Shadow Collection are there for $40.
So it's like everything from the last 3 months that's good.
Almost,
everything that I already bought but haven't had a chance to play yet.
Exactly, and you're kicking yourself in the ass right now.
Is Deus Ex in there too?
I don't think Deus Ex. Actually, Deus Ex was not.
What about Amazon
Sonic?
has their countdown
Sonic
to Black Friday deal week.
Oh yeah, Sonic also is already down to $37.49.
What?
Yeah, or it was yesterday. I didn't check that today.
18 days to Black Friday. 16 days. Excuse me.
And also the Kirby Wii game that Carolyn really enjoyed is also, that lots of us really enjoyed. It's also on there, as is the Legend of the Ocarina of Time 3D and Dance Central 2, and lots of other smaller things too. Also, the Pokemon Black and White is on there, which
racist.
And even $20 games that if you never got them before, you really must, like Mario Galaxy and Punch Out. Oh, and Ratchet and Clank All for One.
I like it. Ratchet and Clank All for Love is way better.
I thought it was All for Buns.
So no, it's
on all fours.
It's really more All for Guns.
On all fours, I thought was the best one.
Now, okay, there's 828 games. I see the number here. So it's totally worth it. You should go there before the Saturday at midnight on Pacific time. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that is Game Deals.
Yay.
Take my advice, do as I say. Save a little money for a rainy day.
What are you buying? Boy.
Was that the soundboard Satan again?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Goes to Steve Jobs.
Boring.
Sorry.
All right, the Ghost of Steve Jobs is boring.
Mm-hmm. What happens now on
I believe
Talk
now we
Radar.
go into
motherfucker.
the community segment.
This is where we talk about the show Community. Well, I just
the last episode was so good.
Did you see the Halloween episode?
So good.
Yeah, I love that one. Oh man. And also in the newest EW, they had a photo shoot with people. I'm almost saying this like that one character on the show. Ooh, that's nice.
You Shirley?
Yeah, like Shirley. I love it. Everybody thought she was Miss Piggy. That was so fucking funny.
Did they get everybody back?
Yeah.
I'm best Abed right now. If you'd like to read my Abed.
No, and they had them pose in scenes from classic 80s comedies.
Depends on what you consider classic, Henry.
Well, this is Porky's classic.
Porky's is classic.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club, yes.
It was great. It was really good.
Don't you forget about me.
Cool.
Though I had a very Abed-esque thought reading it because, as everybody knows who watched the pilot for the show, Abed did a line, did a scene from Breakfast Club as I can't remember the character's name, the one played by
Charlie Sheen,
Judd Nelson, Judd whatever,
Judd Nelson,
Nelson, yeah. Mm-hmm. The one about getting cigarettes for Christmas.
Yeah.
He does that scene, but Abed doesn't dress as that character. Abed dresses as Anthony Michael Hall in it. So
yeah,
but
the brain, I believe.
Yeah, he was the brain, which is fitting. And Troy plays the jock, and
look,
and Jillian Jacobs is
Henry. You put us in whatever categories you want because that makes us easier to classify. One of us will always be a jock.
A nerd.
A nerd. A brain. All right, fine. Don't you?
So the community.
Can you give me any more reasons to do any more Abed? I really like doing Abed right now.
You can do the voice when reading the responses to last week's question of the week.
Last week's question of the week, GamesRadar.com/forums.
Which was what PC? What was the last PC game you played?
Also, how long is your penis? I believe.
Oh yes, that was important. Many people failed to answer that part of the question.
Dutch has the only PC game he plays more with Minecraft. Minecraft's kind of a cool game. Cool. Mouse Clock says The Binding of Isaac for the people who made Super Meat Boy.
Yeah, hell yeah, Binding of Isaac.
Pretty good game. It's
not nice.
It's pretty boring, actually. I played it recently, and randomly generated levels mean randomly generated fun.
I was trying to do Annie gasping.
Chris at 928 says Portal for free on Steam.
Yeah, see that.
Wow. Black Element 17 says StarCraft 2, 6.5 inches. Really love Dracula. Can't do.
It's okay.
Dracula Double X's voice is Keenan Thompson laughing in Good Burger. Very funny avatar. He says Minesweeper. Great PC game.
Yes. Classic.
Also, Felix the Cat, Audio Surf, Turbo, Beat Hazard Ultra.
Audio Surf is so good.
The Nesta says boring answer, but I'm playing World of Warcraft right now. That's okay.
Boring.
A little boring. Monocled, you got WoW. Who just says Civ 5. Ravenbaum says StarCraft 2 Until War. Ragnarok says Just Cause 2. And It Hurts to Poop says BF3. P.S. Michael is the new Chris. I don't appreciate that.
Woo!
There's so many reasons why that's wrong.
I'm the new you.
Right nope, don't like it.
No, that means I'm going to fart in the microphone.
Please tell me when I can stop doing Abed. I really appreciate that. No.
Oh, that was a juicy one.
Is that what I've been reduced to? I don't appreciate this. There's so much more to me. I'm multi-textured. Ninja Walrus Meow. Spy Fox 2. I don't want to read this anymore.
All right. I think we had enough.
No, we did not. Okay, we did.
No? All right. Was there one you wanted to read?
Yeah, there was. I wanted to read the
Go for it, Eager Beaver.
I wanted to read...
You wanted to read?
I wanted to read...
You want to read?
Soren 7550.
Stop. Teach me to read.
Zoo Tycoon. And Games Radar makes... Hold on, I need to see this person's full name. Me Feel Old says... Oh my god, I lost it. I'm just going to lie and say it was one of those Flash porn games. I'm sorry, actually, it was Age of Empires Online.
That's nice. That's nice.
There are 4 pages of responses.
Yeah.
People really like this question of the week.
Oh, another great. I think one of my favorite moments ever in Community in that Halloween episode was the prince in Shirley's story, the dean coming through the door with a chainsaw going, "Gay marriage."
I do have one more I want to read.
Fuck his entrance in the first episode of the new season. It's the funniest. The Dean is one of my favorite characters. Probably might be my favorite character. Yeah, it's an all-new Dean right now. Homie, don't Dean this. Homie, don't Dean this. Like,
and he has a goatee.
Yes.
That's the kind of national lampoonery I don't want around here this year.
How about a monkey gas? That's the kind of rational thinking that will help this series.
Jim Rash.
I have
beautiful.
I have one more I want to read because
right,
it hits a spot in my heart. There was the Dragon Ball Z mod, Bid for Power for Quake 3. That mod is so fucking good.
Really?
You are like... It's the best. It's the best Dragon Ball Z game ever. It's like full cities. You're actually doing like Kamehameha, and like if two people do it at the same time, it meets in the middle, and you have to like try to push it back and forth, and other people can join in to try to smack you off. It's so goddamn good. So thank you, Tangerine, for reminding me how much I love that. Played it at LAN centers. So good.
Cool.
And if we didn't read yours, it's not because we don't love you.
I disagree.
It's because Chris doesn't love you.
What?
That's true.
PC Gamer doesn't love you.
No.
But you should buy PC Gamer Digital to buy their
It's
love.
a Games Radar community. No one can do you like that, did you?
That's why I'm leaving you in charge of it.
Reading it.
Right.
So,
yeah. Well, what more is there?
I don't know. Laser
Oh,
time.
except for
wish you'd stop.
except for not trying to undermine us.
Not laser time.
Yeah. No, you totally are.
Batman the podcast.
No.
I wish it was just that. Batman.
It is BatmanThePodcast.com. See what you find.
GamesRadar.com/TalkRadar.
Stop it.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
All right.
That's fine. People will just go.
New question of the week. We're gonna continue with the GTA theme.
And if you don't like GTA,
in honor of the what?
If you don't like GTA, you can go fuck yourself.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah.
It's rude, Chris.
In honor of the big ass GTA 5 reveal, which we're all very excited about, so preemptively, I'm going to ask people not to rain on this parade. Because there's always somebody. There's always somebody who's like, they care. All games journalists care about is GTA 5.
GTA 4 sucked so much
another
anyway.
game.
I think
it's just GTA 4, but different.
the next entry of 187 Ride or Die.
I think I think that wet blanket goes by the name Mitch Dyer.
I see.
The second one,
hashtag my GM.
I love Mitchie D. I've met him in person even, but like the second when GTA 5 got announced, he was just like, maybe this will finally be the one that's good.
You know who else did that? Andrew Groen.
Yeah.
Man, we have no reason to believe that this one won't suck like GTA 4.
What?
Well, even like somebody who I am like,
It's like GTA 4 was a downer, but I would never say it sucked.
Seriously.
Same
with your
cousin. Who wants to hang out with your cousin?
I couldn't be more
sorry,
bored.
it's trying to push the envelope for realism and an immersive world.
I want a
That's
bowl with a
offensive
Russian
to you.
guy.
I couldn't be more bored by Call of Duty. I'd be an idiot by saying that game sucks. They're all awesome. I'm aware of that.
So
I'm just
you're
fucking
calling
bored.
the internet an idiot then?
Yeah, I guess I am.
There was
All right
Sam.
then. I'm glad we're on the same page.
And there was this writer who was like a real inspiration for me when he wrote for EGM and 1UP, and now he works in Japan localizing games. Mark McDonald, like even he was like, man, finally a GTA game that maybe I'll like this one.
Yeah, maybe you'll like this because it's fucking palm trees.
But
Eat
I
a dick. Opinions are like assholes. Fuck them. Fuck them.
I think they're all, him and his friends are so cloistered in Japan now they just don't like.
You could
GTA
say
anymore.
that he's hoping that maybe this time things will be different.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish there was like a takeaway line.
Thank you so much for laughing. At
There
that.
wasn't really a takeaway line like a definite line like that in this trailer, was there? Like
No,
this
this
time
maybe
things would
the
be
chatter about his kids.
Yeah,
As
he wanted
far
to move
back as
there.
I can remember, I wanted to live in Los Santos. I
want to live in Los Santos.
Oh man,
there was Jimmy Two Times.
We ain't got none of these Los Santoses out in the cornfields.
These fancy schmancy Los Santoses.
Now, I'm gonna guess that guy moved down from Liberty City because everyone in GTA seems to move in from Liberty City. Even CJ, who grew up in Los Santos, begins the game by coming back from Liberty City.
Yeah. All right, but anyway, this totally derailed.
Yeah. No. Okay. Question of the week: what's your craziest prediction for Grand Theft Auto 5?
I shall go first.
All right, go first.
My craziest prediction is that it will come out in October of this year.
That's crazy.
And
this year, like
2012, October of 2012. It'll come out in October 2012, and the Nintendo will have paid a huge astronomical amount of money to get it to be an exclusive Wii U launch game.
will you be able to use the Mario hat as an outfit?
Yes. Will I be able to put the Nintendo iPad on the floor and step on it in any way? Like a pedal?
You'll move it around to look at things in the city and take pictures of sexy ladies.
Will it have a Shinobi bonus level where I can throw ninja stars at things on a multi-tiered platform?
Oh, that would be pretty cool.
I will go next.
Okay.
My prediction is that the main character is that guy that looks like Frank West, and that's because he is Frank West.
Oh, I see.
Capcom is going to finally help them, and they are going to make it the zombie game everybody's asked for in Los Santos, and it is also going to be on the Wii U, and you are going to use it as a camera for Frank West to take pictures.
Ah, I see.
I predict, with my prognostications, that it will be, GTA 5 to me seems like almost similar to Vice City and San Andreas to GTA 3, to 4. And I believe, GTA 5 will star all of the main characters from GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. CJ, Claude, and Tommy Vercetti will all be starring in GTA 5.
That is a lovely sentiment.
Great grandfather or grandson of the guy from Red Dead.
Is that what I was doing?
I'm saying that's
John Marston. John Marston, the 400th will be the star.
Make it perfect. Yeah.
My prediction is that it's going to have all of the weird shit that people thought was in San Andreas. Bigfoot's going to be out there. The Loch Ness Monster is going to be out there. Leatherface, aliens, ghosts, zombies, whatever the fuck.
An HD Wii.
B, that they're going to bring back hot coffee, and this time not only are they not going to hide it, but there's going to be an entire adult film story arc built around it.
Wow. That would be... if they actually don't hide it and pass it by the ESRB,
well, that is what
they
LA
could do it.
LA's got the Valley where they film a lot of porn.
That's true.
As I learned from that HBO Real Sex.
Oh.
That
is the grossest show.
That one, yeah.
Internet was down, and you still wanted to fap. Is that what happened?
That show represents an adolescence filled with raised hopes, only to see them dashed on images of wiry-looking men sitting around doing a circle jerk and demoing what they're supposed to do with a giant glass dick.
Fat guys getting blown with strawberries being rubbed in their balls. Hey, what is it about that fucking show that every new episode looks like it was made 20 years ago? Every episode
Are
of
they
Real
making
Sex.
new episodes?
Dude, on the Blu-rays,
Oh my God. I would never want to watch that on Blu-ray.
In HD, you can
Holy
really see
shit.
the Kentucky Fried Hair.
Every imperfection writ large, every middle-aged poor.
You can make out every logo on the guy's No Fear shirt as he fucks his friend's wife.
There was one that my friend saw that finally fulfilled all his dreams of what a real sex episode would be when he flipped to it, which was a lesbian sex party. That was it, with full of attractive lesbians.
Wow, attractive lesbians.
Yeah,
I would have imagined frumpy lesbians.
Nope.
Why? Because of history?
I remember that
because of reality.
You listened to the David Cross book where he mentioned I'll take one of those pussy-eating classes like extremely ugly feminists on Real Sex do. And I knew exactly the episode of Real Sex he was talking about.
By the way, that pussy-eating class is total bullshit.
Yeah, that lady doesn't know what she's talking about.
No, seriously. You just got to clone a peach with a clam, you'll figure it out. It's hard to get open, but once you do, you'll know where the spot is.
Oh, boy.
Just imagining a black and white cutaway of you desperately trying to jam one into the other.
Why? Because, I don't know why when you said black and white cutaway, I just imagined Dream On. I get... There's no reason to mention Dream On, but...
More HBO obscurity.
Just that there's tiny little oompa music for a second, and then Brian Ben looks back at the camera when it's all over.
Well,
you know what? I want to just I'm gonna take a moment away, do a victory lap for being the only video game podcast to ever mention Brian Ben by name.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take a step back. It's not gonna get any better for me.
Yeah, maybe play some congratulatory music here.
You're welcome.
You deserve a bouquet.
Thank you.
If I'd known you would do this, I would have gotten one for you.
That's it.
I guess so. We got one more thing to address, Coop.
Yes, a contest we mentioned last week. The goal of which is to find incriminating audio on Chris Antista. We are extending that for 1 week. And
lack of entries?
No, we have entries. Oh, that is not the problem.
You have entries. Plural.
I may have exaggerated. We have we have entry. We'd like entries, and I will add this. Raw audio is good. We like raw audio. You know what's better? Give it a little production. Get some music there,
put it
maybe.
Out of context and
that's you can always claim that as a defense.
Yeah, I know that there are clips of him saying bad things about the PC. But I think if he was saying something bad about the PC, and then you kind of maybe segued into something he was talking about unrelatedly
about the PC Corporation, the unified center of the PC industry.
So I'm just saying it's a little too. The one we have is good. It's a little too raw. I would prefer one with some production and maybe some bullshit.
Fuck you, Turbo. Is what he's saying.
No, I'm saying
don't ever say fuck you to Turbo.
No. Obviously,
dude, that dude turned on me in a weird, creepy way. So fuck you, kid.
I read those tweets. I read those tweets and I was cheering for him. It was awesome, kid. And Turbo's entry is fantastic, and I'm just saying I'd like one we could play the whole way through instead of this one was obviously made with us pausing and making fun of you in mind, which I appreciate.
Yes,
I'd like one that can be a standalone clip that
I do like how you've angrily peeled back the layers on this thing. All pretense, like we have entries. Well, we have entry. Well, yes, it's from Turbo.
Do we want to play it or do we want to wait?
We can play it.
Michael, do you want to play that one now or do you want to wait?
I kind of want to wait.
All right.
I'll play it next week.
All right. And if that's the only one we have, then he will win. And if it's not...
Attaboy, Turbo. Free episodes of
If it's
PC
not,
Gamer
he
Digital
may still win.
Yes, but I'm just saying...
do your best.
I'm saying I like truthful audio about my friend Chris Antista.
Me too.
Bashing the PC.
Yeah.
But I'd also like interspliced bullshit that makes it sound like he was saying meaner things than he was.
If you can find like him saying racist things and make it sound like they're about the PC, that would be good.
I'm just hoping. Right now, Turbo's entry is like a 9. I want this to be like a 7 because a 7 that makes fun of you
on a 70-point scale.
Yes, 5 firemen out of 10.
That still seems pretty low.
Yeah, and boring.
That's the thing. I want it to stand
5
below.
firemen out of toothbrush. There we go. Yes.
So that is my personal recommendation.
I mean, if you, there's so many other things you could put together to make me look bad. Like you could really make a pedophile sizzle reel.
Right. Okay.
And if it's like Chris saying something shitty about the PC and then talking about fucking a baby,
and you'll still get codes for PC Gamer Digital if you
win.
I
know you're excited for.
I'm a pedophile. I'm a racist. See if you can find clips of me being a socialist. Occupy TalkRadar.
You
Or
do
laser
that.
time.
Isn't that kind of what you're doing?
Yeah.
Or laser time. Yeah, I guess I am. I'm not going to leave until my message is. I'm out of
Got
steam.
your message out.
All right.
You ain't paying us that sweet sponsor money. All right.
Not like the Sonic people?
No. I'm not seeing a dime of that, but whatever.
That's because Henry embezzled all of it.
That's true. He did. He drove to work today in a car that
In a
his
car?
salary should not have been able to purchase. Which was a 1989 Geo Metro.
Yeah.
Henry drove to work today in a Rolls Royce plated with copies of Panzer Dragoon Saga.
In a Rolls Royce plated with cheaper cars.
It was this awesome Katamari of Honda's.
The Rolls Royce at its center. All right. I think we're done for this week. So that was Talk Radar 185. See you next week, everybody.
Love you, everybody.
Bye.
Even you, Turbo.